Nerdy Neo on the mic tells a story. Open mic, a world of digital glory. Talking quests and pixelated dreams. Gamers journey on the mainstream. Open mic with a gaming twist. Press start and raise your fist. From consoles all to new. Every game a brand new crew. Week by week a new guest appears. Sharing love for gaming through the years. Button mashing tales of late night kills. Level up, adrenaline thrill. Open mic with a gaming twist. Press start and raise your fist. From consoles all to new. Every game a brand new crew. From pixel art to high-end screens. Open worlds and cutscenes. These questions keep they go. Discovering every game in tow.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a late night open mic. I had to push this back for this guy because he's super late because he has to do this thing called work and make money like a loser.
And I'm Central Time, so
yeah, and he's 2 hours ahead of me. So it's like, hey, how set in stone is that 6 o'clock Pacific time? I'm like, that's just normally what time I start, but if people need to move it around for their schedules, that works fine for me. He's like, hey, can we push it back to later?
I very much appreciate that.
So welcome back, Paul. It's been a while, not just a while since you've been on open mic. It's been a while since just we've chatted at all. We've both been really busy with our streaming stuff and you with real life stuff. So good to be back. And I have to go back and look, but I think you're now the only 3-time returner for open mic.
That's it. I need to be back. Like I need to be like this needs to be like the 12th time I'm on. It's not we don't chat enough.
Well, that is true. So
that's a shame.
Good to have you back. Welcome back.
The last time
you
I
were
was
on was
the
right after
post Vegas show.
Vegas.
Yeah.
That was last April was the Vegas meetup. I'd have to go back and check and see if we had our open mic in April or whether it was in May. But it does not seem like it's been like almost 6 months since then.
Dude, it's been 6 months. It's been like a year.
No, a year and 6 months.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was last April. So
exactly.
April's 4 plus 6 is 10. So maybe like a year and 4 months. But still, it does not seem like it's been anywhere near that long.
Not at all. Time is like something happens as you get older where time is like the slowest thing when you're a child and you're in school. It's like a year. You got like a game that gets announced back then.
I was just gonna say a year away, and now it's like, can it be a little bit farther back so I have enough time to do other stuff before it comes out?
I always say I'm like gaming and movies need to just halt for like 3 years so I could catch up on everything. I got too many movies and TV shows and games to catch up on. It's driving me crazy.
I don't really watch much movies or TV anymore just because, not that I have like anything against it. Like I like movies and TV shows, just I'd rather spend my time gaming than watching something. So I barely watch anything these days. So the TV and movie stuff I don't have an issue with, but like if no video games were released for like 5 years, maybe 10, then I could catch up on everything that I want to play. So it's like I got so much stuff in my backlog that I want to play.
Yeah, I've been trying to juggle both watching stuff and gaming, having a good second screen. I try to find that perfect middle ground of like I could play something and I could put my attention more towards the movie, and then there's times where I'm like, all right, it's time I could not pay attention so much and then focus more on I've been juggling back and forth. Like, all right, I throw Sunny in Philadelphia on in the background just so I could. I'm so mad. There's 3 new episodes of Sunny in Philadelphia, and I haven't watched them yet. I didn't know they were out.
Like years ago.
Sunny's the longest running comedy live series ever. The
It's
longest.
still airing.
It's season 18, baby.
Holy shnikes! I've never seen it.
Just oh, it's the best. It's my favorite. If you watched that show, do you watch Seinfeld at all?
I've seen a few episodes of Seinfeld.
Oh
It was
my
never really
God.
my thing.
You don't just watch. You watch nothing. You just achieve those achievements.
I was gonna ask. I am a big fan of The Office and Parks and Rec. If I like that, do you think I would like this?
Yes, in a sense, because oh God, my voice just went an octave low because of all the barbecue sauce for my chicken nuggets.
Barbecue sauce.
It's yes in the sense that both shows make you feel awkward. It's like, oh, okay, this is
I've been
not as good as The Office does. The Office, like, I remember watching The Office the first time, and I'm like, why do I feel? Where's the laugh track? Where's the laugh track? There's an episode of Sunny where Danny DeVito, they're making a TV show.
In the show they're making a show?
In the show they're making a TV show, and it's about two of their moms, and they're actually really hostile towards each other. They're spying on their moms, and they're hostile towards each other, and then somebody just presses a laugh track, and they're like, wait, what are you doing? It's like, this seems sinister, but when I add a laugh track, it actually seems like a comedy show. And so I'm like, where's the laugh? The laugh track lets me know when I need to laugh. So that's how I felt about Office when I watched it the first time. I'm like, where's the laugh track?
I'm currently rewatching The Office. I'm in season 6 right now. Very, very slowly. I started it months ago. I'd have to go back and look at my history and see when I actually started rewatching it. But like I said, I don't watch a lot, so it takes me a while to get through stuff. And yeah, I'm constantly like jumping ahead like 30 seconds to get through a scene because it's just like too cringeworthy. It's like I cannot watch this.
Oh, I after I got over it, I started loving it. I love the cringe. I live in the cringe.
I do love The Office, but yeah, there's some scenes just like I gotta skip it because this is just too painful to watch.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about Sunny is there's not really a lot of that like sitting in the cringe moment. It's a lot of like, I don't believe these people are people type of, like who would do that? Who's in the sewers? Period. Why are they in the sewers? Anyways, but yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, I love I ever since I started streaming, I like just kind of like been obsessed with streaming in the last like 2-3 years, and like this year I finally been able to like play games off stream because like I was just so worried about gaming off stream that I'd miss a moment. I'm such a content creator that I'm like, I need to play everything on stream so I don't miss a moment. I'm like, these days I'm like, I don't care, man. I realize the way I game is not very is not very entertaining. Or the way I like to game is not very entertaining. I get real high and very quiet, and I just stare at the screen and I just play for a long. That's my favorite way of gaming, and it's not entertaining. So I've been streaming less and just gaming off stream more so I can enjoy games more.
Excellent.
Yes.
So yeah, a couple things I was gonna say there, like when you're like, when you're a kid, time, it takes forever when you're an adult.
Yeah.
I heard the analogy that, life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer to the end it gets, the faster it goes.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so true.
That is true. That is true.
So,
but I really do remember waiting a whole, like, I can't remember what games. Do you remember a game specifically that they're like coming out next year? And I'm like, what? A whole year? Oh, I'm trying to remember. I remember one devastated me.
Like one that got delayed.
No. Just the announcement of the game and the release date,
and
it was nowhere near. It was nowhere near. You know what? Probably more recently for me is Space Marine 3. 2 just came out, and they're like, 2 did well. We're gonna in 3 years, Space Marine 3 will be out, and I'm like, don't tell me this now.
Yeah, it's like the biggest offenders of that is Elder Scrolls 6 and Metroid Prime 4.
I give leeway to Metroid Prime because
that one actually finally came out, but 18 years after the previous one.
but they also like stopped halfway and restarted. So
Yes.
I give them forgiveness.
But
These
if you're not if it's not like
in production, don't give out a
no,
trailer.
not even that. It's just if you're not like close to end of production, like within like field goal distance, to use a sports
Yeah,
terminology, don't announce it.
yeah.
If it's gonna be 6 years or longer, like you should, if you announce a game, you should be releasing in no longer than a year from now.
Insidious would disagree with us because
Oh, really?
that's what I said. I'm like, announce the game closer to release, so I'm not anticipating for 3 years, like
Or
when
GTA
space
6.
or exactly. But no, Insidious is like they can announce it whenever they want, and he's
They
just trying
can,
to
but they
piss me
shouldn't.
off. He's just trying to piss
He
me
likes
off.
pushing our buttons.
He does. That's why he's no longer invited to Halo. God, actually, I'm having a ton of fun with Infinite. Infinite may be my favorite Halo.
Oh,
Cats,
wow.
stop it!
I
Stop it, cats. Sorry.
I have because given that we were going to play it, I wanted to play through it solo, so I could actually like gather the story, because when you're playing in co-op and you're kind of like rushing through things, and
You miss
you miss a
everything.
lot of
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah,
before
yeah.
we started doing it on stream, I didn't get through all of it, but I got about halfway through it. So I got farther in the game than we did on our one Infinite stream so far. But after we did that stream, I kept playing it offline. So I now have everything in the game with the exception of like the heroic and legendary achievements and the co-op achievements in the campaign, that is. And the lasso achievement, which I don't expect that I'll get, but dude says it's actually not that difficult, so maybe I will get it. But I really enjoyed Infinite for the most part. My biggest issues with it is just kind of the same thing that I said when we were on stream, is just the lack of filling in the gaps between like Halo 5 and Infinite. Although it does fill in a lot of those gaps in like the last mission or two. So it did fill in a lot of those gaps. There's still so much stuff that's left unanswered and makes no sense. So that's like my biggest issue with the game. But the gameplay is great. I love the open world setting and unlocking more stuff. I have a couple of nitpicks with just the way some of the like mechanics work. Like when you go to pick a weapon from, when you're at a forward operating base and you pick what weapon you want. If you already have that weapon, it does not give you enough ammo to fully refill your ammo. But if you don't have that weapon and you pick it up, it has full ammo. So you have to pick it up twice to get full ammo if you're really low on ammo, which is really annoying. Also,
it is.
How many weapons there are, and you can only go one at a time. It should just give like a grid, so you just pick the one that you want, not have to cycle through everyone like 10 times. So little nitpicks like that, but overall, I really enjoyed it. And the gameplay in Infinite was great, and I think Infinite is far better than Halo 5.
Yes. I've been I've been enjoying the later Halos. Maybe because we are playing multiplayer, and I'm just kind of
co-op.
Yeah. Sorry, co-op.
I've never played Halo 5 multiplayer. I've heard it's good, but I hate PvP.
Right. But maybe because I'm just like not paying attention to the story at all. I'm mainly just focusing on gameplay almost entirely with the Halo playthroughs, and so to me, as the games progress, the gameplay gets more fun. I like aiming down sights. I like sprinting.
I do too.
I like all that stuff, and now I like grappling. So the gameplay,
the grapple shot was such a great addition. Have you played Campaign Evolved?
I have not yet.
Okay, I've done that now too, and because I went from I finished Infinite, and I like the next day I started Campaign Evolved, and not having the grapple shot, it's like, I feel like I'm missing something now, because it's such a great addition.
But I'm curious, what did they add? Any of like sprinting or any of that stuff?
Campaign Evolved has sprint. You actually have to get a skull in order to turn sprint off. But you could also just not click. Well, for me, it's like click L3 essentially to go into sprint. You could just not do that if you don't. You don't really need a skull to do that. But there are basically skulls that revert all the settings back to the way they were in original Halo. One of the other ones is like in Halo 1, the assault rifle had 60 rounds in the magazine. In Campaign Evolved, they reduced it to 32. So there's a skull that bumps it back up to 60. Weapon UNSC weapon or not weapons vehicles were not destructible in Halo 1, but in Campaign Evolved they are. But there's a skull that can make that UNSC vehicles indestructible. So there's a lot of things that can revert it back to the way it was. There was a lot of crap about it. I really enjoyed my time with it. I didn't really have any bugs either. I don't remember really running into anything. The weakest part was, as most people say, is the prequel missions where both the mission structure, at least in the first mission, the structure of the mission structure was freaking terrible. It was basically like just playing firefight in single player.
Okay.
Because you're just like half the level is just in this one giant room and just enemies are swarming you. And even I played through it on normal and I died so many freaking times. It's like they amped up the difficulty. And it also might be because like they just throw hunters at you like there's no tomorrow and you cannot one-shot them in the back. They still will go down a lot faster if you shoot them in the back, but you can't do the one shot to the back like you could in Halo 1. So even on normal, I was dying a lot. And then the story with these ODSTs that like half of them are women, and it's just like the boss woman was like, get out of here. But other than that, I really enjoyed it and I had a fun time playing it. I'm planning on playing through it probably after we do Infinite. We'll probably do Campaign Evolved together in co-op. And I'm looking forward to that. That'll be the first time you can play Halo 1 in 4-player co-op.
Hells yeah.
Even in Master Chief Collection, it's still only 2-player, just like it was on the original.
Facts.
And cool. One thing, because of all this Halo that we've been playing, I went back and I threw my original Halo 1 and Halo 2 discs into my Series X. I did not know this, but it is not backwards compatible on an Xbox One or a Series console. I always thought it was because you can throw it into a 360 and play it via backwards compatible on a 360. It is not backwards compatible on Xbox One or Series consoles, which I was blown away. I did not know that there was such thing as a 360 backwards compatible game, but it's not also backwards compatible on Series console. So it's not really that big of a deal because we have it in Master Chief Collection and we have the Anniversary Edition. But I was shocked to find out that those original Xbox discs do not work in a Series console or an Xbox One.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that because I actually tried doing some backwards compatibility myself last night.
I have other original Xbox games that work on my Series X, but Halo 1 and 2 do not.
I was trying to see if some 360 games would work on my Bone, and they don't.
That's a lot easier to find a list of 360 backwards compatible titles. It's a lot more difficult to find a list of original Xbox games.
Yeah,
there's a lot less of them. There's a lot of 360 games that are backwards compatible, but there's not a whole lot of original Xbox games. At least not right now. They might be, with this whole thing with those 4 games that are coming, original Xbox games that are coming to PC and also getting achievements, which I'm excited for. That's a good sign that they may be adding more backwards compatibility, which I am all for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I've been playing a little bit on because I've like neglected all my consoles for like a while now. I've just been gaming on PC for a bit, and I finally moved because I have like my little office computing where I game on my computer and my bedroom in the next room. And in my bedroom, I have like no TV. I've been like watching stuff on my phone and on a Bluetooth speaker. But I have a TV in this room, but I didn't use it. So I finally, after so long of just being lazy, I finally moved the TV. I moved the consoles over there. So now I have a reason to fire up my Xbox while I'm sitting in my bedroom. And I was just having fun, like looking at like, oh, these games, there's still new games. I thought the Xbox One store was going to be shut down already.
No, because all Xbox One games work on the series, so I don't expect that that to most likely ever happen.
Well, what I'm saying is that they're still making games like
Yes,
work on the
on
Xbox
the
One.
Xbox One. Yeah, a lot of maybe not the bigger releases,
Yeah, yeah,
but a
small
lot of the
indie
smaller ones that don't
indie
really need a
titles.
lot
Yeah,
of processing power
yeah,
are playable on Xbox One perfectly fine. There's no reason you should make it not playable if it can handle it,
right,
because that just
right.
widens your potential, customer
But
base.
absolutely, I'm such a like I don't know what the term is even. Like leave the old technology behind. Like fucking. Oh, sorry. Like just keep looking ahead. Like don't leave. Like we just
You
shut
are,
down the 360 store only 2 years ago. That's crazy. The
well,
360 store only shut down 2 years ago.
I'm pretty sure it was last summer. I
Was it
don't think it was 2 years
2025?
ago. I think it was last summer. I'll
I thought it was
check.
2024.
When
Was it
did
2025?
Xbox 360 store shut down? I'm almost positive it was last summer. No, you holy crap!
24.
You are right. It was July of 24. I cannot believe it's been 2 years already. Holy
Uh,
shnikes.
And I was like, you know what? I give it one more year before the Xbox One store gets shut down real soon.
There's too much integration, or like Xbox
It-
One and Series games are like too much the same that I don't think that'll ever happen.
yeah, I feel like Xbox One is like Gen 1 of like their current operating system, and it's still like uh back I guess Xbox One would be the new start of the backwards compatibility, because like that
Yes.
seems like the first operating system of the new Xbox, and so Series is just the beefed up version. So it doesn't, yeah, like you said, it shouldn't, there's no reason why it wouldn't, if it could run on a bone, then they should really, no reason not to release it.
Yeah, if I had to put money on it, I probably would. That however long they're in the console business, all their consoles going forward will still will they'll all be able to run all the previous ones at least back to the Xbox One.
Right. And the hopefully like leave the store open.
Yeah,
Like I don't see the Xbox One store getting shut down. Like the 360 makes sense because that was like an entirely different operating system
exactly.
and all that kind of stuff.
And you can still buy
Makes
360
sense.
games on the Xbox store if they are backwards compatible.
Right, right.
So, but yeah,
For sure.
I'd be willing to bet that all their consoles going forward will be able to play at least back to the Xbox One, if not farther.
Right on. Well, now I feel better, because last night I was like, man, I'm pretty sure this store is gonna get shut down soon. The PlayStation 4 store gonna get shut down soon. I better buy up all these games while I can.
I can't say anything on the PlayStation, although PlayStation is kind of similar, where the PlayStation 4 and 5 are very similarly tied. I think they're the same operating system as well. So I would probably bet that they're doing that. It'll be the same for them. It's just Xbox is
Yeah.
just way better about backwards compatibility than PlayStation is.
Word.
So yeah, you're like, I was gonna say, when you're like, just leave old technology in the past. It's like, are you like Barney Stinson? Newer is always better.
Newer is better. I pretty much believe that in all capacity.
And
I
it's
actually,
funny because I recently did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
of course,
Okay,
yeah.
I a little while back I rewatched How I Met Your Mother after I finished rewatching Stargate last year. I was like, I want to watch something I can get through pretty quick, because the episodes are, every episode is half as long as a Stargate episode, so I got through the series pretty fast. But watching that again since then, and Barney's like, newer is always better. It's like, this is, after the Star Wars prequels came out, but well before the Disney trilogy came out. And it's like, if you were around now, you would not be saying that, especially just looking at Star Wars or Star Trek or any other of the many franchises that have been ruined.
Yeah, well, I would argue newer is better in terms of technology.
Oh yeah,
Newer technology
usually
is always better. Storytelling, that is not always newer storytelling is not always better.
very true.
We've learned that, but yeah, this kind of brings me to a good topic is
Before
But-
we get into a new topic, which I'm absolutely happy to, I did want to just say hi to the chat real quick.
Hello.
So Eamon was here before we even went live by about 30 minutes. So what's up, Eamon? Good to see you, buddy. Says, how's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing well. I think Paul is doing well. And well, of course he's doing well. He's here talking to me, so he's got to be doing
Terrible. Doing terrible.
Ariana Floyd is here. Good evening, Ariana. Good to see you. Nightmare's here, saying typical DSP, always late. What's up, Nightmare?
Yeah.
And I see Paul respond with the GFY.
GFY.
He needs support. We got to get him some support.
Get me some support. That's right. It's funny. You wrote in the private chat here. You're like, keep it PG. I'm like, oh, right. And I even wrote here on my screen. I pulled up a
notepad.
Not even paint. I pulled up paint. And it says real big. No swearing. All right, I got you. I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, what were you about to say?
I'm gonna swear like my favorite doctor, Dr. Steve Brule. You're probably not familiar with.
Don't know who that is.
Cool.
So, anyway, doing some reading. Be back, guys. You're still on an hour. I'm sure we will be. Paul and I are both quite the night owls, as is Nightmare. So, Eamon says, reminds me of the old critiques of Friends, another show that was huge, but I think I've seen maybe 2 episodes where they removed the laugh track and a ton of the show completely shifted. I've seen a similar thing with
Bill Cosby.
With Big Bang Theory when they removed the laugh track and it like ruins the show. Because I know people hate it, but I was a big fan of Big Bang Theory. I like that show.
Nerd.
Homer Simpson. Nerd. It's like, it's in my name. I'm proud of it. So, speaking of achievements, Neo, did you get a chance to watch Eric's bit on in Lucid? I did. I watched it after stream. What was that, last night? Whatever night. I watched it immediately after I was done with my stream. I commented on the video. I was like, Eric doesn't like achievements in all caps, unfriended, obviously with laughing because he's great. And I love hanging out with him. But the fact that he hates achievements really grinds. Don't grind my gears. It really it pains me that he hates achievements. So PC Master Race, Xbox Master Race, because they're the one console. No, well, not one. They're making the most effort to preserve physical media, even though it really annoys me that so many games they'll release physically on PlayStation and Nintendo, but they won't release physically on Xbox. And Xbox is the one that's trying to make the most, especially with the finally officially announced disc to digital program. I'm going back to buying everything physically. So
this is the topic I want to get to.
That was the topic you were going to say?
No, this isn't the topic I was going to get into, but now that you started this is what we're going to...
We'll do both. Which one do you want to start with?
We'll do both. We're going to start with this because we're already here.
Okay.
I am happy physical media is going away.
What? So, Paul had to leave. He is not welcome on the channel anymore.
Let me rephrase. I'm happy discs are going away. Because
all right, explain yourself.
There's no way we're going to live in a future where discs are still going to hold the storage for our video games. Get out of here. There's just they can't hold enough. 50 gigs per disc
gigs is easy. It's when you get like over 100 gigs because dual layer Blu-rays can hold like 100 gigs.
Let's go back to cartridges. Nintendo's already there. And essentially, think of this. You know what?
Like an SD card and just put the game on that. And then you have, multi-hundreds of gigs. That I could get on board with.
An external hard drive is a physical thing.
The problem is the read-write speeds on the drives are not fast enough. That's why you need, like, for the series, if you want the expansion, you have to get the proprietary one because regular ones don't have high enough read-write speed in order to be useful.
Is the writing speed on a disc any better?
Well, that's why you have to install the discs these days. Is because of the read-write.
F is the point of discs in the first place? Why is everyone freaking out about discs when they are pointless to begin with? We haven't been able to play off of the disc since 360. PS2, 360. Yeah, PS2, 360, same era.
I'm assuming PS3. I've never played PS3, so I don't know, but I'm assuming the PS3 was very similar
PS3
to
installed.
360.
After a while installed.
Because
It was one of the first.
360
PS3 was actually the first one to install because of their little game called Metal Gear Solid 4, which was too huge.
was it
to play-
required to
It was
install
required.
it?
You had to install it.
Okay.
So it was like the first one.
360, no game on 360 was required to install. It was optional, and you could get better load times if you did, but you could stick any 360 disc in a 360 and play it right off the disc. And that is one of the main reasons why with the Xbox One era, I mainly started moving to digital, because like if I have to install it anyways, then what's the point of the disc? So with the disc,
And that's where we're still there. We are still in that age of what's the point of the disc, because you still have to install it. So may as well download it, because your download speeds are probably faster than your writing speeds on your disc, and you're gonna have to download more stuff anyways. So just plug in, boys, and enjoy the digital era. And again, your hard drive, get an external hard drive, put it in a box, put some pictures on it. That's boom, you pop that in. That's 100 games in one cartridge.
the main
We've went down to one viewer.
I rarely ever even look at the viewer count, because
No.
like more people here, awesome, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just
No,
doing this for
just-
the fun of it. But
For sure.
the main argument against that is when it's digital only, these storefronts can, you only have a license and they can revoke your right at any time. Like people have gotten like banned from stores for no fault of their own, and they lose everything. And if you have the disc, that can't happen. And you could also, lend it to a friend, resell it. You can't do that with digital.
I mean, I had like I was saying earlier today, earlier a second ago, I was trying to pop in some 360 games on my Xbox One. Doesn't work.
Curious what games those were. Do you remember?
Assassin's Creed 1
Nope, that's
didn't
backwards
work.
compatible.
Did it work?
It's backwards compatible. I've played it.
I
Every Assassin's Creed game that was on 360 is playable on an Xbox One or newer.
I will try it again, but when I put it into my Xbox One last night, it did not register. Also,
maybe it's something wrong with the disc.
Might be something wrong with the disk drive. That's true.
Or the disc drive. That could be too.
I think the disc drive just may not have it's just not picking anything up. Maybe I'll put in like a movie or a CD and see if that works. Because it didn't pick that up. Because it didn't even say anything. It didn't even say like unrecognized disc.
Then it sounds like it's the disc drive, because
It
that's
sounded
one thing
might be the
that,
disc drive.
people hate on Ubisoft, but I will give them credit, because every single one of their 360 Assassin's Creed games, even though a bunch of them have Xbox One versions, you can still play the 360 ones. They're backwards compatible. And that's one thing that drove me nuts about that era, is so many companies, as soon as they had a popular game in that transition period between the the 360 and the Xbox One, they re-released a new version on the Xbox One, and they made the 360 version was not backwards compatible. So if you want to play it on the newer hardware, you had to rebuy the game. And hats off to Ubisoft, for every single one of the 360 Assassin's Creed games is playable on an Xbox One. Skyrim's one of those where you can't play the 360 version on Xbox One. The prototype games you can't play because they release a newer version. That was one thing that drove me nuts. So just, despite all this hate that Ubisoft gets, they've done some good things, and some of their more recent stuff is been not great, but there are so many good IPs that Ubisoft owns and good games, and it's a shame that one of the best ones they've ever released was recent, and that studio got shut down with Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. That game is freaking phenomenal, and after I played through it, it made it into my top 5 Metroidvanias of all time.
Nice. No, yeah, I gotta give props to Ubisoft, because whatchamacallit? They recently did like a big update for one of their games that just 10 years old, that nobody's
Ghost Recon Wildlands,
just out of nowhere. They're like, oh, here's a big update. And
that is also a great game.
It wasn't working on a lot of people's there was a lot of Steam issues with Wildlands. It just wasn't working with newer
I played it on my Series X couple
yeah,
I think I played through it probably about 3 years ago and 100%ed it. It's a bummer I didn't wait longer because now I would have been able to play it in 60 frames and 4K.
Yeah, so yeah, and people were having problems with that game on Steam for like the longest because it wasn't compatible with like newer
That's
what is it?
weird.
Newer either
Graphics cards?
graphics or processors. Something there wasn't working.
That's
And
weird.
yeah, and a lot of people weren't able to. I mean, there were workarounds, and people were like,
But it wasn't working like out of the box, so to speak.
out of the box. Yeah, people were if you had like too new of a PC, it just was not working. And yeah, they did a big patch.
Props to them for fixing it. It's
yeah, they brought it back to life. The fans loved the game, and they're like,
it's a good game.
You
I had a lot of fun
guys
with
love it. It has
great
a
co-op
huge
game. It could be a great game for you guys with the company boys.
We literally tried to play it last week, but it messed it's not. I guess it's still not perfect because it messed with DJ's microphone of all things. His mic just cut out after when he installed it, or he ran the game, and then I think Insidious was having issues or something. We literally, that was going to be last Saturday's stream was Wildlands.
Oh,
that's
a great game.
And yeah, DJ's mic wasn't working, and we just decided to call it off. So we might play Wildlands this Saturday. I actually have no idea what we're going to be playing, but
it's funny.
Yeah,
that was a great one. And then Breakpoint was the next one, which is the most recent Ghost Recon game. And when it came out, it pissed a lot of people off, myself included, because like I just want more Wildlands, and they turned it into The Division, which was already another Ubisoft franchise, because they had gear scores and like damage numbers, and it's like, what the hell are you doing? If I wanted to play Division, I'd go play Division. I don't want Division. I want Ghost Recon. And then eventually over time, they didn't remove it from the game, but they made it optional. So when you boot up the game, you have the option to play it like that, or you can turn it off and have it play like Wildlands does. And when they did that, or at least when I found out that they did that a couple years after the fact, I ended up buying it for like $10 or something. I haven't played it yet, but it's on the backlog.
Right on.
So also along the lines of older games getting updated, we just got a big announcement a couple of days ago that Witcher 3 is getting a big overhaul, which is perfect because I haven't played it yet. So when I get around to playing it, it'll have all these nice quality of life improvements. So
yep. I'm thinking of starting Crimson Desert over again. I've put 150 hours into Crimson Desert. Only just got out of the starting area. But the thing that
I do want to play that, but it's another one of those huge time sink games.
It's a huge game, yeah. But the thing that turned me off from continuing the game was it's kind of a double-edged. It's a good thing, but to me it was like a slight bad thing. They were like, from day one, these guys were updating the game every day.
They've been updating it constantly.
Props to them. They even sold millions of copies of the game. They gave the devs a bonus because of how well it sold. They listened to the fans. They keep updating it. They keep doing life and quality of life improvements. And then this recent update, it's just 6 months later from the game release, they did a big patch, big update to overhaul the story, because I heard
was like the worst part of the game. The story is very lacking.
Yeah, so they're like, all right, cool. That's a wild thing. That's a wild concept for me. Is that the game did really well, but like the gameplay is fantastic. The world is fantastic. Story was kind of meh. 6 months later, we made all this money. Hey, let's rework the voices. Let's rework the story. Update, boom, brand new game. What a world we live in. So, but now I want to start the game over.
Can you imagine playing that game off the disc and how much you'd be missing?
Right? Exactly. Which is, again, another point of why this physical media is pointless. It's only the version of the game that you have. Again, another point to why we should go to storage drives is you could rewrite on a storage drive. You can't really rewrite on a disc. Yeah. Rewrite the storage drive to the most recent version of the game, and now your cartridge or your storage or whatever is up to date. You can even
However,
update. Go ahead.
yeah, finish your thought.
Oh, it was done.
Okay. I was going to say, to push back on you, though, it is nice to be able to preserve the original vanilla version of a game for, chronicling sake. Even if it's not even if it is a broken mess like Cyberpunk was on release.
I was thinking about this earlier today too, that didn't Destiny 2 do something like that where they totally changed like how the game starts because people said that the start of Destiny 2, the story was like weak, so they reworked it, and now like
Probably.
the way
That is a live service game, so I kind of don't count live service games.
it's a game, it has a story and all that kind of stuff, and people miss the original way it started. So
The thing that I haven't played Destiny 2, but the thing that I like, the main reason why because Destiny 1 is the single game I have the more hours in than any other single game. But I never played Destiny 2, although I played the demo and I liked it, but I don't want to spend another 2,000 hours in one game. I'm going to spread out and play lots of other stuff. So I'm not going to play Destiny 2. Maybe I'll come back to it later. And then years down the line, I come to find out that there was content in the game that is no longer there. You cannot access no matter what. And I was like, F that. I'm never playing that game. Don't you dare put content in and then take it out and have no way to access it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about. Is the content was like the beginning, like how you start the game, I
don't know what
the
content
opening.
it was. I just know that content has been removed and you can't play it anymore.
Yeah,
and people paid for that. That's another thing. Like I've had games removed from my library that I paid for, and I never got any compensation for it. And I'm still pissed about not that I don't have access to the Infinity Blade games anymore.
It happens, sometimes. Hey, things happen. What about like, hey, I have this physical disc, but oh no, I dropped it and it broke.
You can go get another one.
That's true, but now I could say the same thing about your physical, your digital one. You could go get another one.
I can't because it's not available anymore.
It's available somewhere.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I have no way.
This is one of the rare occasions.
Download it. It's been removed because of a stupid lawsuit between Apple and Epic, and the game is no longer available anywhere.
And
it was removed from me, even though I paid for it.
Well,
and it was removed from my device.
This is a legal action that it's way above my pay grade, but I'm sure someone somewhere out there has preserved it, and I'm sure you can find it. I'm a believer of everything has been preserved.
That is definitely not true. I do know that there is someone like somehow hacked a PC port of one.
What's the name of the game? What's the name of the game?
Infinity Blade.
This is a mobile game?
Yeah.
Oh, this is like one of those first mobile game, like
it
first
like
Unreal Engine mobile games, right?
First Unreal Engine, like high quality mobile games. It was great. I played the crap out of those games. And so I went on my iPad one time, I went to load it. I'm like, I haven't played Infinity Blade forever. I want to play it. And I tap on it. It's like, this game is no longer available. Do you want to delete the icon from your menu? I'm like, F no, I don't want to delete it.
See, I am a master Googler. How can I play Infinity Blade? You could play it on you could play on PC or iOS devices. The game was removed from the App Store, incompatible with Android, PC, and Steam desks, as an anonymous modder has created a free fan-made Infinity PC port that supports modern hardware. There you go. See, I helped you.
Which Infinity Blade is it?
It's a fan-made Infinity
it's
Blade.
Fan-made, so it's not even the original game.
It's not the original game, but it's a fan-made one, and you could download and play it. See, and I bet it's just as good, if not better. It's got better quality of life improvements, Neo. It's got
if that game was designed for a touchscreen, if I can't play it with a touchscreen, I don't think it's going to be better.
Oh yeah, it did say PC. I don't know. Maybe we'll try it out.
But I do know that there has been a PC port from fans of one of the Infinity Blades. I don't know which one or whether it includes all three of them, but it's like I'll have to give it a shot, but I don't think it's going to be better with the mouse control than it would be with the touchscreen.
Well, then all I could say is that game really worth getting mad over?
Yes, because they were great games, and it's all because of this BS lawsuit. And I paid for this game, and I no longer have access to it.
You win some, you lose. So that's all I could say. gotta live life carefree. If you get upset over, you're gonna lose. You're gonna have a brain aneurysm. You're gonna have a heart attack one day. Neo playing. Oh, I saw you started Dark Souls 2. What's wrong with you?
I did. I didn't want to, but yeah, I started Dark Souls 2 last week with Dude Souls 2. So Dude is coaching me through Dark Souls 2 now. And
2 is like the worst one, dude.
That's what I hear so far. After one stream, though, I like it way more than I did Dark Souls 1.
Is it like the controls like janky? Like if you like lock on an enemy, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna attack in that direction?
I've not run into that. But the thing that I'm not sure about why I'm liking it better, is it because I'm better now than when I started Dark Souls 1, having never played a Souls-like before? Or, well, other than Fallen Order, which is like baby's first Souls-like. Or is it just like the beginning of the game is better than the original Dark Souls beginning? I don't know. It could be a bit of both.
I almost guarantee it's because you have because the only thing that makes Dark Souls games hard is knowledge. If you don't know, then it's gonna kick your tuchus. If you know, then it's a very easy game, and you know now, so it should be much easier to play.
I'm hoping.
Did you start? Did you play Elden Ring at all?
So, a little bit.
Okay.
So, as you know, we started Dude Souls back in like 20. We did it. I think we started in like August of 24, and we were doing it almost every Wednesday, and I finished it, which officially became known as Dude Souls Day, and I believe it was January 15th of 2025.
I remember. I think I was the one that said in chat, I'm like, today
that
we shall know. It was because I remember you finishing the game, and I'm like, we shall know today as Dude Souls Day.
I'd have to go back and watch the stream, but I would very much be. I would not put money against that. It was probably you that said that in stream in chat. So
great.
While we were doing Dude Souls 1, I did make it an open-ended invite that we will. I asked Dude first, like, "Hey, would you be up for continuing this with Dark Souls 2 and or 3 potentially down the line?" He's like, "Yeah, that's fine." So I was like, "All right, if people want to see me suffer more with more Dark Souls, this is an open-ended invitation. There's no cutoff date or anything. If someone gifts it to me." Dark Souls 2 first, because I'm not going to play Dark Souls 3 without playing Dark Souls 2. So it had to be Dark Souls 2. And if it's gifted to me on Xbox, I'm not going to go and play it on Steam. If I'm going to play it, I'm going to play it on Xbox because that's my preferred platform. I want to get the achievements for it. If someone gives it to me on Xbox, we will continue Dark Souls with Dark Souls 2. And no takers. So anniversary of Dude Souls Day, January, I think it was 15th this year. I did about a 4-hour stream of Elden Ring. No reason to go back and do Dark Souls 1. Let's just play another Souls game. So I was like, let me do some Elden Ring because I think I'm going to like that one better than Dark Souls. So played about 4 hours on stream of Elden Ring, and that was freaking infuriating, and I was hating it. But it's probably because, I was under leveled, or part of it was because I thought I was trapped in this area and I couldn't get out until I beat the boss. Or not the boss. It was this one room that was like impossible to get through. And later on, I realized that because I thought, that's what it was. I thought
the guy on the horse.
I don't think I fought a guy on a horse.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
But so I first dived the game when I did my dive last summer, late May, early June, and just to get the first achievement, and I beat Margot or Margot or something like that. I don't remember what his name was, but that was frustrating because that took me like a bunch of tries, even with summoning someone to help me. I got him down to like 1 hit left so many freaking times. Then he just went Super Saiyan mode and like took me out from like full health. And that, oh my God, I was so mad. But I did beat him, got the first achievement, and then I didn't touch it again until Dude Souls Day when I booted it up and continued from that point. And I went into this like castle area, and you have to like you can't get in the front gate. You have to go to the left and like drop down a ledge, so you can't get back the way you came. And so I thought I had to go through the entire castle and get back to the front gate and open it from the other side in order to return to what I was doing. So getting through that castle was incredibly infuriating. And then after, like right at the end of the stream, because I thought that I did not have the fast travel ability yet. I thought I had to go find it somewhere. And I didn't realize you have it inherently, and you just have to hover over a point on your map and then like hit A, and it'll be like, hey, do you want to fast travel this point? I'm like, son of a, I would have fast traveled somewhere else, but I thought I had to clear the castle to get out. And so that was incredibly frustrating. But anyways, during that stream, I reiterated the open-ended offer. If people want to see Dude Souls return, gift Dark Souls to me on Xbox. And then like a month or so later, when it went on sale on Xbox, one of my buddies, Eldridge, who I've been friends with on Xbox Live since like 2007, we used to boost Gears 2 multiplayer back in the day. He gifted it to me. I was like, you son of a bitch. I was like, you didn't. He's like, oh yeah, I did, because he came into that stream that day. And I was like, God dang it. So I was like, all right, I don't know when, but we will return to it. And so talked to Dude about it, and he's like, hey, are you good to start Dude Souls again sometime soon? He's like, yep. So thanks to Eldridge, I am now playing Dark Souls 2. And so far, the first stream was actually pretty good. I didn't hate it.
Dang it, I ruined the joke. Dude Souls will return on Avengers Doomsday. That's the meme, right? That's the meme. Everything will return
in Avengers Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Dude Souls will return. So yeah, I played a little bit of Elden Ring. I don't remember if I got any achievements that day. Let me see if I have more than one. I think I got one. Let's see here. Elden Ring. How many do I have? I have 2. So I did get one achievement that day. Let's see. What was that other achievement I got? I was right. January 15th. That's when I got the achievement.
Nice.
Arrived at Round Table Hold. So I don't remember how I got that, but I've got defeat Margit in June 2nd of last year, and then arrived at the Round Table on January 15th on Dude Souls Day. So
the Round Table is the Round Table is just like this place you fast travel to and get upgrades. It's like a fortress thingy, so it just means you arrived to the stronghold.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I don't know if I will be doing. I do plan to get 100% in Elden Ring. I just don't know if I'm going to do it on stream or not. Whether assuming that I end up, because it is still an open-ended offer for Dark Souls 3. That if I get it gifted on Xbox, then we'll continue Dude Souls with Dark Souls 3, and then if that happens, maybe after that we'll do Elden Ring. I don't know. We'll see. Haven't gotten that far, but I will get 100% in Elden Ring at some point. I just don't know whether it's going to be on stream or not.
Then someone has to gift you a PlayStation 4.
So Bloodborne.
I actually fired up my PlayStation 4 and I saw that Bloodborne's on sale for $10. I've never played it, and I gotta get it.
I have no desire to play it, but if someone gifted me a PlayStation 4 for it, it would be a hassle to stream, because with the Xbox it's super easy because I can just remote play with the Xbox app built into Windows, which is how I do all my Xbox streaming.
All right, so we need a PlayStation 4.
But if someone gifted me a PlayStation 4, I do have a capture card. It's just hooking it up in here would just be a hassle. But if someone gives me a PlayStation 4, I would happily play Bloodborne to get a PS4, because then I'd have the hardware to play some of these other PlayStation games that I've always wanted to play that I've never played.
Yeah,
that would be a worthy trade-off. I would take that.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to finally play Bloodborne for the first time.
So,
Play that.
catching up here on chat a little bit. Eamon says, funny enough, this is an industry problem with lazy devs and incompetent corpos. Helldivers 2 reduced its PC installation size from approximately 154 gigs to 23 gigs. Yep, shout out to Arrowhead for compacting that down to something that's more manageable. The first time I saw that happen was shout out to id, because with Doom 2016, at least on Xbox One, it originally was like 60 gigs, and they released all these like DLCs and stuff, and eventually became free, but it ended up being like 130 gigs, and they reworked the game and got it back down to like 60 gigs. So but that's another thing, like if they didn't do that, then like the whole disc thing that we were talking about, you can install a little bit off the disc, but it's going to download most of it off the internet, because the information that's on the disc is basically irrelevant at this point. And it's actually for the better, because now you can get it in a much more compact file size. But the fact that you can have the disc and trade it, and once this digital thing happens, you can acquire the digital license for it as well, is awesome. So I'm going back to getting as much stuff as I can physically now that I can get it. It'll also come with the digital version. I'll get all the perks of the digital version. So
nice.
Sony just made a public announcement pointing out that you don't own your games, and if you get banned, that's on you. That is such bull crap, because I've seen people get banned for stuff that is not their fault. And you should not be. I can understand getting banned from like a game like Overwatch, some online game, but if it's an online only game, sure. But if it has a single player component, just because I got banned from a multiplayer version, I should still be able to play that game if it has a single player component, solo. There's absolutely zero reason why getting banned should wipe like my entire library and like have my entire account banned. That is such bullcrap. We need so many better consumer protection rights when it comes to digital content. It is just such garbage.
It is. Yeah, we are entering a new territory here, and we do need better consumer rights with a lot of these stuff. But it'll take time, but we'll get there, I'm sure. I don't know if it's anytime soon, but with we'll see. So
he also says on the topic Ubisoft, they showed off an HD remake of Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Then when people went to buy it, there was no game in the folder download. That's F. No. I'm assuming that was a mistake, and they weren't just trying to rip people off, because I could see them getting like sued or getting their game banned or something from digital platforms.
They were just
doing something like that.
They were just ripping people off. That's all they were doing. They walked. They were laughing all the way to the bank.
So I would not put that past Ubisoft, though, but I can't imagine they did that intentionally. Anyways, after Ubisoft canceled the HD remake of Prince of Persia trilogy, GOG went ahead and started revamping the games themselves, starting with 4K textures. That's awesome. Yeah, shout out to GOG. They're probably the best, digital platform, because there's no DRM, and you can own those games. You could burn them to a disc if you wanted to, if you had the materials to do that.
Yeah.
So I have heard that Steam. You can do that with Steam games as well, just not all of them, but most of them you could do that with. I've never tested that, but I actually heard that on a video that I watched just recently, because that's one of the things that people always say about GOG. And it's like, actually, a lot of people don't know you can do that on Steam with most games as well. I was like, I don't know if that's true, but if it's true, cool, because everyone like sticks up for Steam, but Steam is not perfect. I mean, GOG is not perfect either, but I think GOG is far better than Steam is. It's just,
nobody's perfect.
GOG is better. So
yeah, GOG is kind of like the thing I point to is a good example of what the digital age could be. Still own your stuff.
Yeah, get it. They get it right, and I do like Gabe Newell's approach to like piracy. I forget what the saying is, but piracy isn't a a software problem or a gamer problem or something like that. It's a availability problem or something. So I do like his, philosophy on that. So if you're laughing at something, I probably haven't gotten to it yet.
No, yeah, Aben's saying I sound like Shane Gillis. Listen here, dude. I don't sound or look like him. All right, buddy.
I've heard that name. I think I would recognize him if I saw him, but I can't say for certain.
He's a comedian.
So, and right after that, remake of Witcher 3 was announced. Shareholder dumped CDPR stock, causing a $30 dip. Well, that sucks. And here's another thing, grammar thing that drives me nuts. The dollar sign goes before the number, not after. So
yeah,
get
it's
it right.
Not $50, it's $1.50. All right.
Get your grammar right, or you're banned from my chat. Just kidding. But that's your grammar note for tonight. Asman pointed out the same issue, saying people are caught up on physical, but it's really ownership that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because that's really the only way to own something is a physical. That's why we need better consumer protection for digital.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could own things digitally. You could own things spiritually, man.
When we say ownership, I mean, I guess you have to define ownership in this case, because when we're buying digital games, unless it's on GOG, you're not buying the digital game, you're buying the license. So, in my opinion, buying the license is not owning it, because that license could be revoked at any time. Ownership to me is when you buy that and no one can take it away from you.
No, ownership to me is when I go into the game studio and I'm like, I own this game now. I bought the game. The studio's mine now.
Okay, Paul. Bless your heart.
Am I wrong? No, I'm joking. But yeah, no. Wait, what's the name? Even physically, you don't own the game. Yeah, exactly. You only own the license of the piece of plastic, not the game. That's what I'm saying. The only way you own the game is if you bust in there like you're Elon Musk with a sink, and you're like, time to go in the kitchen.
No, that's because they can't revoke my disc. I can always put my disc in and play it. So I do own it.
They could revoke the thing to play the disc.
I could get another one.
They could shut down all the disc playing devices. It's their disc playing device.
They would. I don't think they could do that.
They could easily send out a download update. Your Xbox doesn't work no more.
Anyways, you're getting ahead of me, so I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. So Eamon said, Asman pointed out let's see, if you ever played Warframe, which I played a little bit, I will get into it in depth at some point. But Josh Strife Hayes had a really good video on it. I don't know who that is, but talking about the intro mission being the best tutorial he's ever played in the game, then went on to dunk on the game. Reminds me of the sadness of missing out on WildStar's original release. Then when finally able to play it, they announced its sunset. I never heard of that game either. So Elden Ring Guy on a Horse is the second boss you come across, found near the No Maidens NPC on the cliff.
I don't even think he's a... Is he a boss? Because does he respawn? No, he doesn't. The Tree Sentinel. That's what I was talking about. Anyways, never mind. You probably ran past him.
I haven't fought a guy on a horse, so probably.
Yeah.
So, seems like Elden Ring got new patch for Tarnished Pack DLC, Weapons Invasion, NPCs. Okay, side note, does anyone else think Paul sounds like Shane Gillis? I don't know who that is, so I can't say. Nightmare says, GOG is the best service. They give you DRM for you backup. Exactly. And I had to start doing the $ thing due to odd AI issues with chats, often censoring messages, removing if you post anything other than a space after $. What? That is ridiculous. At least got a good reason for it, though.
There you go. Only good reasons.
They can legally revoke your license, make you stop using it. It's in the EULA. I disagree.
It's facts. You can't disagree with facts.
But they can't just, like, if I have the disc, I can always get some hardware to play it on. So
no, not really. There's only limited you can't unless you have some engineering genius who could build you an Xbox. They could technically just shut down all their Xboxes if Microsoft decides to. I'm not
They would
saying
never
they're
do that.
gonna. I know
The
they couldn't. I mean, I
Okay,
know they're not gonna,
I will
but
give you this.
they could
If
do whatever they want.
for games that it's not possible to play the game entirely not off the disc, but you can't install the whole game off the disc. It requires an internet connection to install the rest of the game. I will give you that. That would be able to be revoked. But that's more of a newer thing. There's plenty until recently. A game that may not work that great out of the box, essentially with no online updates, but you could still play the entire game as long as it wasn't entirely broken. So you could get an Xbox and not connect it to the internet and install your disc and then play it. So there would be a way to play it with the exception of discs that the disc doesn't actually hold the entire game's content on it.
Yeah, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, woulda. We live in America in 2026, so
Yeah,
that means I don't know what that means. I lost my train of thought.
that old hardware isn't being manufactured anymore, so it's limited. That's true. But like you can still go out and find consoles from 30 40 years ago. So, and don't forget about DLC. Yeah, most DLC is digital only. It's very rare that a DLC will actually be on a disc. So
That's
yes,
true.
DLC would be something that if that was we're entertaining this theoretical situation, yes, DLC would be very easy to be taken away. I've never said I never claimed to own DLC because most DLC is not on disc. I'm saying if I have a disc and the entire game is on the disc, I can always find a way to play it. So I own that.
Which Nightmare actually brings up a good point about the DLC that kind of just opened up a whole train of thought for me is that here's the reason why here's why I think we're going to go all digital is because if you try to put a scenario where if you have to choose one or the other, you would choose digital. If you had to. If you had to go only physical with no internet, no updates, no downloads, no DLCs, purely straight, you could technically downloading off the disc and play like that, but we wouldn't be able to survive with a no internet console is my point.
So you're saying if you had to choose between physical only with no internet connection or digital
only with internet connection,
are we also saying that all the digital games that also release physically, or are we talking about all those digital only games still only release digital only and you'd only have access to stuff that was released physically?
I'm saying the same game comes out for both.
Okay, so
you have the option.
In this theoretical situation, all games release physically and digitally.
Yes, but you could only choose one of two consoles. One that cannot connect to the internet, and you could only install through either a cartridge or a disc, whatever, or one that cannot take the cartridge and disc and can connect to the internet and just has a bigger hard drive. Which one would you choose? I would choose the online connected one almost 100% of the time.
That's a really good, theoretical situation.
That's why I smoke weed, guys.
that is a great question. That's actually probably maybe a question we'll use on Party Chat.
But if you unless you could tell me that, yeah, I'll go offline and play that's I'm going to the extreme here, but these people who want to be if you want to scream for physical media, well then I'm gonna put you in the most uncomfortable position with your physical media. Would you be happy with it, or would you be happy with how you have it now?
I know dude would be like, oh, physical hands down without a second thought.
Yeah. That dude plugs. Yeah. Well, but not even because then he wouldn't be able to play his retro achievements. he wouldn't be able to get his achievements for his retro games. So,
Well, you don't do that on the console anyways, so it wouldn't really have any effect on retro achievements.
So he's playing digital.
That it's not on the console though. That's just playing on your computer or some sort of. But you're basically ripping your it's basically like CDs when you used to like download the CD to your computer and then you put it on your MP3 player. Same thing. You're downloading the information from your cartridge onto your computer and then playing it through an emulator so you can get the retro achievements.
True, but that's my argument. If you're saying would dude choose playing only, would he play on the old hardware and not get his little ching achievement, or would he rather play retro achievement and get his little ching achievement?
That is a great question.
I think dude will choose online, and that's my point. Is everybody screaming?
I will ask him next time.
Everyone who's screaming digital, or everyone who's screaming, I want my physical media. Did that go through? Did that cut out?
It cut out there just at the very last second.
Okay.
But
okay.
Most of it came through.
I want my MTV. No, I want my physical media. Yeah, you better die on that hill. That's
I like what Xbox is doing. It's a hybrid of the two, which is, in my opinion, the best approach.
I do like what Xbox is doing. Yeah.
Another thing that, while we're on the topic, like because they also offer like the cloud streaming option, which I would not be. There's no way I'd ever want the cloud only option.
Oh no, the cloud option no.
As an addendum, as like, hey, you don't have to, but here's cloud streaming for this game if you want it. I think that's also awesome because people hate on the streaming. The streaming is really good. By no means would I ever want that as the only option, but as an addendum to be able to play games through streaming that I couldn't play on certain hardware, like my phone, or I'm probably not gonna play it on my phone, but maybe through my iPad, or I can cloud stream games to my Retroid that my Retroid couldn't handle. It's freaking awesome. I love that as an option. And people hate on the cloud streaming. It's like you're not required to do it. It's just there if you want it. It's freaking fantastic. For sure. Why would you hate on that?
I have no hate on it. I just personally, I've tried a few cloud gaming stuff, and it's gotten much better. But to me, it's the latency. It's I
definitely wouldn't recommend it for like Call of Duty or something. But
right. If it doesn't,
like a slower paced game, like maybe a like
turn-based
game or something turn-based, it's great.
Yeah. I could see that be save yourself whatever 30 to 50 gigabytes of space on your whatchamacallit and just stream that.
Last summer when I was diving like my 400 games, so many of them had cloud streaming, so I didn't have to spend all the time downloading them and taking up space on my hard drive, then deleting them in order to download more games. It was great, and you can cloud stream directly to your console. It doesn't even have to be on your phone or your tablet.
It's funny. I totally forgot. I haven't tried cloud streaming since I've Ethernet plugged in to anything. Because I've always been Wi-Fi, and that's always been my Achilles heel. I should, because I could be like, I want to try this game out real quick. I don't know if I want to invest the
time to download it, especially if you're on. A lot of your internet providers may have like a cap on how much data you get a month. Usually it's like a terabyte, but if you're downloading these 300 gigabyte games, you can eat through that in no time.
I've actually eliminated the cap. I finally switched to, that was my I was going through that a lot. I finally switched to unlimited internet, so there's no cap anymore, and I have faster download speeds or faster upload speeds, I think.
Yeah, so that's another thing where cloud streaming comes in really handy.
For sure. But I should try some cloud gaming. I have not been plugged into the Ethernet for a long time.
All of my consoles, my PC have been wired basically since I moved into this house. So I've not used Wi-Fi for obviously my phone, my tablet and stuff are on Wi-Fi, but I don't really use those to game much. And obviously my Retroid is wired, on Wi-Fi, but the only reason I need internet connection for that is so that the achievements unlock when I play my retro achievement games. But all my consoles that have internet connection have been wired forever. So, but But yeah, Nightmare says cloud gaming is really crap in every way. Cloud gaming on Xbox is really good. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's pretty good.
They really, I will say Microsoft, I think of all the companies probably invested the most in cloud gaming because they were really pushing towards a cloud gaming future. They wanted like your TV to be able to play. They wanted people to be able to hook up
A controller to your
controller
TV,
to your TV and run
certain TVs.
they want you to run the Xbox Game Pass app on your TV and cloud game. They were looking towards that future, but then they're like, maybe not. And
They're not really advertising anymore since they stopped the whole "this is an Xbox" campaign. But there are TVs out there. Some Samsung TVs, you can get a controller connected to the TV and play through cloud gaming without even having an Xbox.
Yeah. I'm sure that since they've already probably invested so much time and money.
It has the option for wireless, and it's also plugged in via Ethernet. So if I was to do that via directly my TV, it still would, be better than on the Wi-Fi.
Right on. Yeah. No, I still think Microsoft is going to push cloud gaming since they've already gone so far. So I think that'll still always be a thing, but I don't think they're going to advertise it as much.
Right. But they're still constantly adding more games to the stream your own library programs. I get updates on True Achievements every couple weeks, like 90 more games added to stream your own games. So even if it's not, because originally it was only games on Game Pass, and it wasn't all games on Game Pass, it was only certain ones. Now they just keep adding more. So if you own them digitally, which with the disc to digital thing, if it has a physical version, you plug it in, you'll get the the cloud stream anywhere option as well, and the play anywhere if it's play anywhere. If you own it, even if it's not on Game Pass, as long as you have any tier of Game Pass subscription, you could you could cloud stream it without having to actually install it to a device, because some devices you can't install these games. The cloud streaming is the only option. So better to have some access to it than none.
Word.
But yeah, Eamon says, yeah, like Elon with the Teslas, can shut them down whenever he wants. Yeah, that's kind of scary.
True. That's true, though.
When it comes to corpo greed, the only logical conclusion of digital only is the cloud make owning personal computers so expensive and unreasonable that people are forced in the cloud. I've been hearing that a lot with the whole, Rampocalypse. I'm scared that we're headed in that direction, which is the people who are casuals probably wouldn't mind, or I wouldn't, not that I'm calling Paul casual, but his whole like digital only future. I was going to say he might be on board with that, but if we're talking cloud streaming only, I don't think he'd be on board for that.
No, not cloud. I still require a hard drive that the information. Natively. I need native. Yes, I need to play natively. That's
I can't imagine. Like it'll probably get really good, but I can't imagine ever having it where playing it natively won't be better than the streaming alternative. I can't imagine streaming ever being better than playing it native.
Even if they had servers in your city, the latency is going to be at least 10 milliseconds. They can't.
You can't go faster than the speed of light.
You can't exactly. Thank you. That's what I was trying to get at.
So there will always be more latency than playing it natively. So that's why I don't think it could possibly get better than playing it natively. So I think that there will always be maybe it'll get less and less from people be like, no, streaming is good enough, but I can't imagine that it'd ever be like gone completely.
Yeah. They really want you to own nothing. So I don't know if they don't want you to own nothing, and I don't know. Yeah, see, I'm not a pessimistic person. I'm not like a doomsday kind of person. I know everyone that we watch is just doom and gloom. Oh, gaming's terrible. Oh, they don't want you to this and that. But I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah, me neither.
I think, where are we heading? I don't know where we're heading, because I think I don't think the corporations are greedy. I think that we're just in a new territory. They're greedy, but like I don't think they like. I think we're just in a new weird territory where like, owning, like, I don't know what is. I guess what is ownership? Like,
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I guess that is really the ultimate question is like, so you could either subscribe. Like, I guess I guess just offering both, offering to be able to like a GOG where you buy the thing and it's now on your PC and you still get updates and whatever, but like if GOG goes away, you don't lose your game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could subscribe to Game Pass where you own none of the games. Honestly,
But I hate it when people make that argument because like no one's expecting you to own your Game Pass games. It's a rental service and everyone knows it.
yeah, exactly.
When you buy a game,
Pass
you're
is
not renting it.
Blockbuster. Yeah, Game Pass is Blockbuster to
Yeah,
me. It's
exactly.
modern day Blockbuster.
I hate when people
And
are like, use that as an argument against
but
ownership. It's like no
then
one's calling Game Pass an ownership. No, everyone knows it's not.
true, yeah. But like I guess then Steam would be the weird like digital stores are the weird middle ground where it's like, unless if this store is a thing, then you own this game. But if the store disappears, then you suddenly don't have a game. So I think
Me not being a huge PC gamer, but let's say, another theoretical Steam shuts down. I think that the community would come up with an alternative way to launch your games.
yeah, I would hope so. I would hope so. Like
Because
that's kind of
I
like
think you can still play your games without an internet connection if they're not an online only game. I don't think you actually need the Steam launcher to launch your Steam games. You can launch them as executables.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they still download on your PC as executable, so you could just launch the game natively on your stuff. So if you download a game, but the store doesn't go away, this is actually a funny thing. This is where something like the digital store thing kind of worked in my favor. I have my PS4 had a previous owner, and there was games on there from the previous owner on the hard drive, and for some reason it's not doing like a purchase check, so I'm able to play Horizon Zero Dawn on there
From there. Interesting.
from the previous owner because it was downloaded digitally, not on a disc. It was from the previous owner's store, but I'm logged in on my account, and I could still run the game
I
on
wonder
PlayStation.
this is on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know about PlayStation, but I know how that works on Xbox. And when you buy a game, it's basically tied to the Xbox it's originally purchased on. So even if you were to sell that Xbox, if you didn't do a license transfer, then whoever got that Xbox would still be able to play those games.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I
But
guess
if you did the license transfer, which you kind of have to go out of your way to do, then they would not be able to play those games. So I'm assuming that's probably what happened. They didn't do license transfer, or maybe PlayStation doesn't have that license transfer option. I don't know much about the PlayStation side, but comparing it to the Xbox side, I do know that's how the Xbox side works.
Yeah. Well, I was very happy. I'm like, damn. Horizon was on here. What else?
Have you played Horizon?
I have not played Horizon Zero Dawn.
I have it
no.
on Steam, and I haven't played it yet, but I will playing it at some point.
I'll be playing it at 30 frames per second on the PS4. But yeah, no, I was excited to. I'm like, I could still run it. Let's go.
That's nice. So let me you keep jumping ahead from trying to catch up on the chat. When it comes to corporate greed, the logical conclusion of digital only is the cloud making only. Oh, I just read that one. Then they have a captive audience and being able to fudge numbers on anything, zero transparency. Yeah, that's another thing. I think Paul just totally made dude into a digital guy with his point about achievements. I'm going to bring that up with him and see what he says.
Exactly.
On the topic of physical games, some people have taken the idea of the Skylanders amiibos and created various 3D printed action figures, mock cartridges to scan, leaving the actual games on the PC. That's a really interesting idea. That would be kind of cool. I've seen a similar thing, not with amiibos, but like with this guy taking like old hard drives and making them basically like cartridges, and you can slide them in and play the game right off the hard drive on Steam.
That's what I'm
cool thing.
That's what I'm saying is like, I know these days computer parts and I'm sure storage isn't cheap these days, so perhaps discs may be the way to go because discs are very cheap.
Cheaper than hard drives.
Yeah. Cheaper than hard drives these days. But if we ever do stop doing AI farms and stuff and things go,
I wish we did.
Goes down.
Like, we don't freaking need that crap.
I think people are gonna realize they're like, all right, I think we're wasting too much money. Everybody's just making dumb AI cat videos, so we'll shut down a bunch of AI farms and bring the market back down. But
that would be nice because I've been talked about this on Backlog Battling the other night because I recently played Terminator Resistance and been in the Terminator mood, so I've been rewatching the Terminator movies. And it's like, why is everyone racing towards this AI future? Did you learn nothing from the Terminator and the Matrix?
Exactly. But if I would love to see like games on like I think Nintendo Switch, like I like Nintendo Switch, like games are on the cartridge, bam,
and you can put it in and play it off the cartridge. You don't have to install anything. So
exactly.
I love that.
So that's like that's the kind of digital.
Wish there were more games that I wanted to play on Switch.
Man, no, you know what? I actually was thinking about that, and it's a shame that they're not on sale. But I think I'm gonna have to like just suck it up and just work extra hard.
Games never go on sale.
Never go on sale.
They don't go on sale a tiny bit.
But I have not played Metroid Prime 1 remake. I have not played any of them. I haven't. Wait, what did I say?
Metroid Prime 1 remaster.
Yeah.
That game is let's see here. What is it? It's my number 3 game of all time.
Right on. Yeah, and I have not played that on the Switch. I have Breath of the Wild, and I need to play that. I'm just so distracted by. I've been playing a lot of Grounded again. Which I'm mad at you.
I saw that.
I saw you played it last year. I'm like, how did you only play 33 hours of it? Do you know how many hours I have in Grounded?
No, but probably a lot.
300 plus hours in Grounded. It's because I played it in early access. There was a lot of corrupted save files.
Did you have to start over a couple times?
Start over a bunch of times.
That sucks.
And then the game just kept updating, so I started starting over because I'm like, well, they totally reworked the game, so now I want to start from the beginning with this new rework. And so I started over again.
Have you played Grounded 2 yet?
I played it a very little bit, and I wanted to finish 1 before I got into 2. And I wanted 2 to update more because 2
doesn't have achievements yet. So once it has achievements, then I'll probably play it.
Right. Yeah, I think once it releases game
preview, which is basically Xbox's version of early access.
Exactly. Yeah. So once it releases 1.0, that's when I'll be the most. And I think that's why I'm trying to beat 1 because I feel like a 1.0 release is probably happening soon.
Grounded 2. That's
Grounded 2. They just did do a big update. They just do a big update recently for Grounded 2.
It still does not have an official release date.
No, yeah. But with the way things have been going and like how
it could be coming soon.
I would say they release it late next year.
Oh, okay.
Prediction. Speaking of predictions, you owe me a pickle suck.
I was just gonna say, want to make another bet?
I
wouldn't actually bet on that one because I have no idea.
You have yeah. But you know what? You had no idea about Subnautica as well, and I was making just
so I was going to get to that at the end of the stream, but I had to go and buy these because, of course, I don't keep them on hand at my house because these are disgusting. But I went to the store and bought these today to live up to our bet. So, I'm going to finish the stream off with that because in case it makes me hurl, which I fully expect it to do, and I know YouTube doesn't like that. So
and Neo have both done the walk of shame to the grocery store to walk out with pickles that we do not want.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll get to that. But just for anyone who doesn't know, we didn't do that. I don't think we did this on stream, or I think it came up when we were on stream, but then we made the bet off stream after, like in the studio after we ended the stream. We made a bet sometime last year about Subnautica 2, and Paul said it was going to have 4-player co-op. I'm like, nah, man, I think it's only have 2-player co-op. Did I say combat? 4-player co-op. And I was like, nah, I think it's only going to be 2-player co-op because 4-player co-op is going to be too many people. And sure enough, Paul was right. There's 4-player co-op in it. And so I lost the bet. And since we both hate pickles, it was a pickle bet. So whoever lost had to eat a pickle on stream. And I told him a couple months ago, I was like, hey, next time you're on stream with me on my channel, I'll live up to our bet and I'll eat a pickle on stream. So I had to go get these disgusting pieces of crap in order to live up to our bet.
Pickles.
So
terrible.
But we'll do that at the end of the stream.
Yeah, I gotta play more Subnautica 2. I had a lot of fun with it, but it's funny. Every time I played Subnautica 2, it just made me want to play Grounded again because the pond area was. I was like, this just reminds me of the pond area. I want to go back.
How many hours have you done on Subnautica 2 so far?
Oh,
just
probably
one stream.
Oh no, we did 2 or 3, I think.
Okay,
but I would probably say like 10 hours or less. So not too much. How about you?
I did. So all of the Subnautica 2 that I played was on stream. I was like, I'm only going to play this on stream.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, I think I did 3 or 4 streams. I forget. But on the last stream that I did, because I wasn't sure if there was like a point at which you reach the end of the story in early access and it pops up with the screen saying, hey, you've reached the end of early access. So I wasn't sure. And I got to a point, I'm like, this really feels like it should be the end of early access, but I didn't get a message or anything. So I was like, all right, we'll continue the stream at a later date. Because I never had a scheduled time for the Subnautica streams because I have so many other streams going on. I was like, I'll fit these in when I can. So I played like each of these streams was like 3 to 4 weeks apart. So they were not like every time I came back to the game, I'm like, all right, what was I in the middle of doing again? Because it's been a while since I played it. So I was going to do another Subnautica 2 stream maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was like, all right, let me do a little searching before I go on to stream. Because I had it all ready to go. I didn't schedule it. I was just going to go live when I was ready. And I was like 10 minutes or so, maybe 20 minutes before I was about to go live. I'm like, let me do a little searching to see how much is available in early access. And I went and looked it up. It's like I was Googled something along the lines of like, when is the end of Subnautica 2 in early access? Like, does it give you a pop-up or anything? And I found it's like, yes, it does have a pop-up. It says you've reached the end of early access. And here's all the things you need to do in order to get to that. And I'm like, wait a minute, I've done all those things and I didn't get the message. And so I booted up the game off stream. And I went back to that point where I was like, this felt like it should have been the end of early access. What I didn't realize is there's a little tube that can take you to basically the floor above you, and you push a button, and it's like, thanks for playing, you've reached the end. So I was like, I was there, I just didn't know there was another floor, and all I had to do was hit the button. So that part was off stream. But I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to do a stream because I already got to the end of it, and there's no point in me streaming 5 minutes just to go push the button. So that's the only thing that was not on stream, was swimming up to that other room and hitting the button. But I did complete the early access, and I was like, I just found out yesterday that if you're in the Xbox Insider program, you can actually sign up for Subnautica 2 early access, so you can actually access newer builds of the game to go past that point. But I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait till it hits 1.0, and then I'm going to start a new save. And I don't know if I'm going to do that one on stream or not. We'll see. But I do plan to do, before that happens, like leading up to the release of 1.0, I plan to do Subnautica 1 again, fully on stream, though, because I've never actually streamed that game more than like 30 minutes. But
nice.
I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. There's a couple of little things that I have nitpicks about that I hope get fixed before 1.0, but it's basically everything I liked about the first game over again. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
So, all right. Let's see here. So trying to catch up. I think I read that one. On the topic of physical games, some people have Oh yeah, we read that one. Nightmare says turn-based games are perfect for the cloud because I don't play them.
Ha ha ha! Shut up.
That is true because I don't like turn-based either. They will really want you to own nothing, but it won't really work because cloud everything sucks. Well, cloud streaming and digital, are two separate things. You can do one without the other. This is a family-friendly show. I can't say who they are. Talking about the corpos and like, who is they though? And man, I miss going to Blockbuster. I miss that too.
Yeah.
If Steam shut down and they didn't disable DRM, the community solution would be piracy. That's the thing is, I don't know that. I'd have to look more into it because, like, I don't know if you were here when I saw about it earlier. I've heard someone recently say that a lot of people don't know it, but a lot of Steam games are like GOG and that you can download them and play them offline. So I don't know I don't know if that's true or not. I
probably has like a 30, 60, 90 day thing where like if you have to log in. Yeah.
So I don't know how the DRM works with Steam and whether it's on a per game basis or is at a platform level. I don't know. So there might be you might not have to resort to piracy. So, but I don't know. The alternative method of playing your Steam games already exists and even maintains your achievements. Ah, okay. Sailing high seas.
Yar.
I can't do the 30 FPS these days. It hurts. It does.
It doesn't to me. I actually find it very cinematic.
When I was playing through Satisfactory on stream with Lowest, sometimes it would hit like 30 or lower frames per second. I'm like, oh, this hurts my eyes. I can't look at it. I have to wait.
It's because of how much stuff you have going.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff going on because I don't know if you played that game, but I think you know enough about it.
I played a little bit. It's a shame because Star Rupture ruined.
I'm looking forward to playing Star Rupture. I want to play that at some point.
It's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I only played it like early access. They've already put a bunch of updates to it, so I'm looking forward to that game's 1.0. Another Polish developer for that.
I did not realize Star Rupture was Polish.
Yes, they are.
Obviously there is combat in Satisfactory, but it's very minimal, and you can actually turn it off if you want to and just play like in passive mode. So it's very chill Zen game for the most part. So it doesn't really have the combat like Star Rupture does. So if you're looking for something, more chill than Star Rupture, Satisfactory is great for that.
And if you're looking for a little more chaos and a little less, because when I went
automation
into
management,
because I'll put it this way: the first hour or two of Star Rupture is a lot more fun than the first hour or two of Satisfactory. Satisfactory is a slow start. It does like these like dumb menial tasks. Whereas like in Star Rupture, like you get a gun right away, you already got a machine mining copper and Titan slabs, and you're already parts already moving. Whereas like with Satisfactory, it's like, all right, go over here and knock on some of this stone for a little bit. Okay, knock on the stone. All right, come back, refine the stone. Okay, refining the stone. All right, now go back and get some more of this other rock. It's like, okay. Oh my God, it's taking forever. So Satisfactory.
You gotta temper your expectations because Satisfactory is not, a high pace action game with lots of shooting. So
like I love the management. I love management and I love putting things on rails. That's why Star Rupture, it satisfied that tism. But the slowness of the start of, I'm sure you eventually, like, I'm sure that's why
you can skip the tutorial if you want. When you're starting a new game, you can check the box for skip tutorial, go straight to skip phase 0 and go straight to phase 1.
Right on. I think it was just like the first 4 levels of unlocking things. I'm like, oh,
I'm very just basic to, it's a complicated game, so it's got to teach you all the basics.
I'm sure mid to late game is where the fun's at, but early game is just slow.
So I
I couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into Satisfactory. But you guys, how many? You guys done a ton of streams by now. I'm sure you
I
guys are
think
like,
we
you
did it in 23 streams,
guys are
and they
like
were
hundreds.
on average about 6 hours apiece.
I remember a few being 10 to 12 hour streams.
Our longest one was like 10 hours and 15 minutes.
I think I popped in on that stream and I remember being in around hour 5, and I swear I remember one of you guys going like, "Oh yeah, we're thinking of wrapping it up here pretty soon."
That
And
did
then
happen.
I went to work and then I start scrolling YouTube and I'm like, "You guys are still playing, bro? This is nuts."
The reason, well, I wasn't planning on it being that long. It's usually up to Lois because he's the one who, he works graveyards. So
Okay.
he's got to get to bed around, the late afternoon so he can get some sleep before he gets up at like 11:30 at night to go to work. So it's usually up to him on how long he wants to go. But that was also basically the last stream before my summer break. So we knew we weren't going to be able to play again for like 6 weeks.
So my
Um,
ham.
and we were also, the goal was to finish phase 4, which is the longest phase of the game. And so we finished phase 4 at probably like like you said, probably like hour 5. And I thought we were going to wrap it up after that. And then I didn't want to end it. I was just going to leave it up to him and I wasn't going to ask him like, "Hey, how long do you want to go?" Because I wanted to keep going. So I just left it up to him, and he just like kept going and kept going. I'm like, I'm good. So I was not going to ask him to end it or even hint towards like him getting tired. So it wasn't until like another 5 hours later, he's like, "All right, we got to call it there." I'm like, "All right, that works for me." So we actually got a good chunk of the way into phase 5 that stream, when I figured as soon as we finished phase 4, we were going to end it. But we got a few more hours to get started on phase 5 on that stream.
I love I love those nights where it's like, "Hey, we gotta keep playing. All right, well, one more." You say one more, but it's like 20 more after that. It's like the sun's coming up. You're like, "Was a good night."
That usually did happen on most of our streams because you both got to get to a good pausing point. So I'd be like, "All right, I just finished building this little factory of things. Like, I'm at a good point. Are you at a good point?" He's like, "No, not yet." I'm like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go start working on something." And then he's like, "All right, I'm done with that." I'm like, "Well, now I'm working on something." So it would be often we'd be like, "All right, we're gonna wrap it up," and we still go for like another hour.
That's why I love that's why I like survival crafting building games, because it's essentially, I don't know, it's that same tism you get with with like Satisfactory, but you got your exploring and your combat, and I personally, I am a person that loves building a nice looking base.
You're like
And
Lois then, because I was all, it doesn't matter what it looks like as long as it does what it needs to do efficiently. And he's like, "I just build stuff and make it look nice, and then I figure it out after the fact." And so he'll have like way too many resources coming in and not enough coming out. Whereas I'm like, "All right, I'm going to figure out exactly how many, like, okay, I want 30 of this part per minute." And then work backwards from there. It's like, how many of these do I need? And how many of these do I need? And how many resources? And then I'll figure it out from there. And it's like, it doesn't need to look nice as long as it meets those standards. And he's like the exact opposite. So we made a good team.
When playing, see, it's different with the management games. So with like Star Rupture, I was somewhere in between, yeah, looking nice and being efficient, because yeah, when you need parts, you need parts. But if it's like if it's like a survival crafting game and it's purely like aesthetic, it's all like, "Hey, I'm building a base," and
I'm also not good at making stuff look good, because if you want your stuff to look pretty, that's going to like double or triple the amount of time it takes to beat the game.
well, that's why I was very intrigued. I'm like, "How did you beat Grounded in 33 hours? Your base must have been basic."
It was very basic.
I want to start a new YouTube series, me and DJ, where we go around and we critique people's bases in video games.
Do like MTV Cribs, but in Grounded.
But roast. It's like MTV Cribs meets the roast.
That'd be really fun.
We've already had one victim, Weasel. Weasel in we're playing Once Human, and Once Human has a building crafting mechanic. So you got a base building thing going on, and it's actually very easy to gather resources and build bases in that game. Some games, like I play a ton of the building survival crafting games, and so like my favorite is where like they're very generous with the resources and you could start building right away. Some games, like I feel like Grounded's one of the games where it's like you gotta go and grind for resources, get all these grass planks and
I was
stems
that was
and
one thing that
all
kind of
that.
dragged the game down for me.
But I love that. Dude, I will spend. That's why I have 300 hours in Grounded, because I'm spending 100 hours cutting down the entire backyard's weed stems and grass planks, and I'm building a castle here. Oh man, I have some great bases, and this new playthrough I'm going through right now. It's I build in the same spot every time. God damn, I need to stop.
When I do Subnautica, because I've played through that game so many times, I have a spot that's my favorite spot to build a base, but I built my base here so many times, so I usually try to like find a different spot every time to build my base.
See, if gravity wasn't an issue, I'm sure I would go somewhere else, but I need to be high up away from enemies, so there's only a few spots that are nice and high up and grounded and around all the resources. See, my new thing that I really want to do in this playthrough is they have zip lines, and there's no fast travel in Grounded, so I want to make a zip line hub where from my base I could zip line to
Go to
this
anywhere.
central area, and then this central area has zip lines to all the different spots. That's my goal.
That's
What I'm
not
gonna.
a bad idea.
It's fun. I'm just gonna spend so many hours doing that.
One of the other things I want to mention about Satisfactory, because Lois likes to keep things like pretty compact and build vertically, and I like to spread out. So that like kind of like bothered him. Like he's like, "Oh, it looks so bad." I'm like, "No, everything is laid out nice and neatly. Like here's all your rows of constructors, and here's all your assemblers, and here's all your manufacturers. And if you look at it from the top down, it looks like a nice, neat circuit board." And he's like, why don't you just build it like vertically? I'm like, because I don't like that. I like it spread out and being able to see everything all at once. So
circuit board thing makes sense. Yeah. What's
like,
the
and that way I
vertical
can
version?
see everything at once and figure out just by looking at it where the bottleneck is.
Yeah, yeah. I like it. That makes sense to me. Now I'm trying to think, because since Lois is doing vertical, what's the vertical version of a circuit board?
I don't know if that exists.
That's boom. I just figured out space travel. Wait, we're already traveling space. Never mind. Uh,
We could be better at it though.
We could, and it's all with vertical circuit boards. Wait, I mean, never mind. But no, yeah, now I realize the type of gamer that you are in these like some in because yeah, after playing Subnautica 2, I'm like, this is all right. This is kind of like Grounded, where like you build your base, but it's limited because you're not building a, you're building an underwater base, so it's just tubes connecting, so nothing fancy there. But
Subnautica 2's base building is way more granular than Subnautica 1's is. So you got a lot more option of making it look how you want it to look.
Yeah, I was having fun with the base because when they start you off, you're just in a bunch of little tubes, and you have to unlock the bigger rooms and yada yada. I remember Insidious was trying to build that base, and I just kept trying to make glass. Because I was like, wow, look at this window. You could put a window like anywhere and make it as long as you want. So I'm just like, check it out. We're underwater. Wow.
Yeah, you can't, like, there are windows in Subnautica 1, but it can only take up like one single panel.
Oh,
and you can't, if you put two next to them, they don't like connect. So it's like one single panel and one single panel. The best thing though is there is a room that's an observatory that's just glass and you can see in 360 degrees. And most of your rooms you can build a glass ceiling, but for like a long room, you can't just make a whole wall a window. It would just be a bunch of individual windows.
Dude, you are gonna love Star Rupture, because I feel like the base building is actually kind of similar in the Subnautica base building. You got Subnautica base building with Satisfactory Tism
Automation.
automation with a little bit of like Deep Rock Galactic shooting bugs kind of stuff going.
I know I'm going to
It's
enjoy that game when I get around to playing it.
it is so because when you said observatory room that's glass all around you, whatchamacallit, Star Rupture does do the thing where if you put a window next to a window, it makes one big nice long
It
window.
connects them.
Yes, so if you want, you could make a full 360 thing, and you are going to want to create a room like once you play. I don't know if you've seen us play it at all,
A
but
little bit.
but you understand the premise that like every
I
so
don't
often
know how often it is, but yes.
the planet ruptures. It's part of the title of the game. So you have to run inside. I swear this game has the coolest just feeling like you're in an oven. Like that when the star rupture goes out, when it happens, get in a 360-degree glass room and just watch the fire just whoosh, shoot across and just like bake you in there. It's like, this is scary but awesome at the same time. It's one of the best parts of the game. I'm telling you, like, not only do you have all that other stuff that I mentioned, but when it's time for that planet to fucking blow up, it is like, ooh, this part's always fun. I always go right up to a window. And
how often does that happen?
I want to say like every like in real time, like every like 20 minutes or something.
Okay.
Every
That's
half
kind of
hour,
what I
20
was
minutes?
assuming.
Yeah.
And how long is that like in game time?
In game
Is
time,
that like every day or is it every couple days or?
I don't. I'm trying to think. Is there even a day-night cycle?
I don't know.
I don't know if there's a day-night cycle. So I think it just feels like it's the same day all the time. So I don't know. I can't tell when the next day is starting.
Okay.
So I don't know what the in-game time is. Because yeah, like I said, I don't think there's like a day-night cycle. So there's no really way of like saying like 3 days and then it blows up. It's just like 20 minutes. It's always daylight, and then and then it lets you know, like you start seeing signs, like the sky starts kind of glowing a little weird, and you're
So
like,
it doesn't give you a countdown. You just got
it does. No,
it does.
it does. At first, but like before the radio lets you know that it's about to happen, and before the countdown.
Oh, so
before
the
all
countdown's
that,
not always there. It just shows up a few minutes before it happens.
exactly. Yeah. So
But before the timer shows up, you can start noticing some signs.
exactly, just visually, just like looking up in the sky, you're like, oh shit, we're about to get a call on the radio saying star rupture in 2 minutes, and then you have 2 minutes to run to your little base and all that stuff. But yeah, that part's the best, and it's really cool too. Like once the the planet gets cooked, you step out, everything went from green, lush green and water to wherever there was water. Now it's dried up. It's all brown. It looks like a totally barren planet. And then in like how many minutes? I don't know, like maybe 10 minutes or so, you watch it slowly start, the green coming back and the water coming back and life coming back on the planet, and just that keeps cycling. So instead of having day and night, you have barren and then yeah,
stuff is growing.
Then yeah, exactly. Barren planet versus life planet. But I really do think that game's one of my surprise early access games of this year for sure, and I can't wait for the full release of that one. This has been a great year for games. Go ahead.
Yeah, when we did our top 5 most anticipated games at the beginning of the year, that was in my top 5.
Yeah.
I think we did that top 5 either the day before, the day of early access launch of Star Rupture, because I was like, I think it was my number 5. I was like, my number 5 is Star Rupture, and someone on the panel was like, I think that came out today.
Nice.
I was like, well, cool. Obviously, I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to playing it at some point.
I I really do think you're gonna like it because
Oh
as
yeah.
as we're talking about the base building in Subnautica, I'm like it's kind of similar to Star Rupture, so it's gonna tick a lot of the good stuff from a lot of different games, which
So
is good. Good.
when we're talking about Satisfactory, so Lowest he's beaten it 3 times now because he'd already beaten it twice, and then playing through it with me, which was both of our first times playing it in co-op. But that was his third time beating it. It was my first full time beating it. So he's got like 1,300 hours now because our co-op playthrough took about 150 hours. I have now a total of about 300 or no, my total is about 300 hours now. I think it's like 320. And that's because I did 2 solo playthroughs of about 75 hours each. So I played it in early access, played it to about 75 hours, and I completed phase 3. When I got to phase 4, I was like, this is way too overwhelming. So I put it on the back burner. I was like, I'll come back to it later. And then it hit 1.0. I think I got it in like November of 23, and then it hit 1.0 in like September of 24. So I started a new save. I got to the same point after about another 75 hours, got overwhelmed by phase 4, and I was like, I'll come back to this at a later time. And then earlier this year, Lois is like, hey, let's play through it from beginning to end. Let's get you all the achievements and do it all in co-op and do it all on stream. I was like, all right, let's do it. So I now have all the achievements. We finished it a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
So still trying to catch up here on chat. Eamon said, if you're following the flock camera issues, the data centers are speculated to be for processing mass surveillance. Oh, that's not good. And mass surveillance and for other services only available to governments and corporations. Yeah, you should wash the pickles down with some Baja Blast because he knows how much. It's the one Mountain Dew that is disgusting. All the other Mountain Dews are great, but Baja Blast is a disgrace to Mountain Dew. I don't have any Baja Blast. I do have Mountain Dew, but I don't have Baja Blast.
Baja.
I know Eamon says pickles are awesome because I mentioned this on Dark Souls the other day. Pickles are disgusting. Pickles are awesome. If you want to talk about something disturbing, though, there's news floating around that Taika Waititi is attached to direct a new Judge Dredd film, making a reboot of the franchise. I want another Dredd film because Dredd from, 2014? That movie is awesome, but I don't want Taika Waititi anywhere near it because this is not a comedy thing. It needs to be serious. I guess the original Judge Dredd has some 90s, I wouldn't say comedy, but it didn't take itself too seriously. But the Judge Dredd with Carl Urban is entirely serious. There's not a laugh in that movie. If I remember correctly, that movie is awesome. I like the direction they took it. So, and also, as I mentioned earlier, I just recently played through Terminator Resistance, which was pretty good, which was made by Teon, who is the same developer who did the recent RoboCop game that I have not yet played, but I'm going to, and I've heard nothing but good things. I want them to do a Judge Dredd game. That would be amazing.
That would be pretty cool.
This is something I wish Power had: underwater base building and exploration. And that's one of the things that we were talking about during Satisfactory. Is Lois is like, I wish that we had underwater aspect in Satisfactory where you could build like underwater factories and stuff that would require lots of water, or machines that you have to build underwater. That'd be really cool because there are some spaces for it, but you can't actually swim underwater. You can only swim at surface level. So he's kind of there with you on the Satisfactory side of things. When playing Starbound, it was one of my favorite things to do when finding water planets. I've heard of Starbound, but I'm not familiar with the game.
That's the 2D game.
I think it looks kind of like Terraria, but
yeah,
like in space. I know Terraria. Almost nothing about it. Even though I think I have all the achievements in that game. Let me see.
I almost know nothing, but I have all the achievements.
I think so. Let's see here.
Son of
I don't. Oh, I do have them on the Windows version. That's because I had console commands, but they've patched them out since then.
Cheater.
So I could actually, you know what? I'm curious. Do I have access to the console version? It is not on Game Pass, so I do not have access to it. I could always buy it though. But yes, let's see here. Some ice planets also had deep water segments, and you could even dig deep into volcano planet to build a base within. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe I'll have to look into Starbound and play the console version. If I play the console version, then I'll have to do it legit because that one doesn't have console commands.
Why do I think that that's a PC exclusive game?
On Xbox, it has a console stack and a Windows stack. The Windows stack is the one I have all the achievements for because it had console commands back whenever I did it, and they've been patched out. So, um,
I might be wrong.
yeah, I have 40 minutes in the game, and I have all the achievements, but it says 12 to 15 hour completion. So that was because that was before that was back in 2021, so it was a while ago.
Wow.
But it is at least on Xbox, it is only $15. Let's see here. What's it? I'm sure it's gone on sale. What's it? It has gone on sale for $6 before. When was it last on sale? Back in December. So it's been a while. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the screenshot right now. This actually does look pretty interesting. I will keep an eye on this. Maybe I'll pick it up and play it legit. Although it's kind of odd that it's only got a 2.9 stars from the community. I would think it'd be higher than that. That's kind of low. What is the I wonder if the PC version has higher. 2.9. No, they're about the same. Anyway, I can't remember if I talked about Twister. I think it's Twisted Tower here on the Battlecast. I don't know what Battlecast is, but you did mention Twisted Tower to me the other day, and I did look it up. Have you guys played it? Horror BioShock of sorts. I have not played it, but I do. You mentioned it to me the other night, and I did look it up. But no, I have not played it.
I'll check it out.
The Dredd comics were very serious. I didn't know Dredd had comics.
Yeah, Judge Dredd was a comic first.
I did not know that. Same thing with I didn't know it until James told me that V for Vendetta was a graphic novel. I was like, I only knew it was a movie, and it's an excellent movie. He's like, yeah, have you read the graphic novel? I'm like, I didn't know it had a graphic novel.
Nice.
So maybe you're thinking of StarCraft, Paul?
No, I can't remember because I remember I wanted to play Starbound. Perhaps. Oh, you know what? I think
pixelated. It looks a lot like Terraria.
Yeah, no, I think what it was is that it didn't have crossplay between. I think I was looking for a game that was crossplay between console and PC, and maybe I was confused that it wasn't. Not that it wasn't on console, but it just wasn't crossplay. Perhaps.
And it says if you download Starbound, grab the Fracking Universe and Arcana mods. They breathe life into the game. Although if I would be playing it on Xbox, so there wouldn't be any mods for it. That's why their view scores are so low. Is the devs abandoned Starbound and the modders finished it. Okay, that explains a lot. V for Vendetta is a famous comic. I think same writer as the original Watchmen comic. I know almost nothing about comics, but V for Vendetta movie is fantastic.
I know nothing about V for Vendetta.
And it's one of the few movies where it was better the second time because I went into it with the wrong expectations. And I was watching it for something I wanted it to be, and it didn't live up to that. And I was very disappointed. And then a number of years later, I watched it again with low expectations because all right, let's watch it for what it is, not what I want it to be. And I was like, oh my God, this movie's amazing. So because it was basically the next movie from the Wachowskis, I don't remember how to pronounce it right, but after the Matrix, I was expecting it to be another Matrix type movie. I'm like, that wasn't anything like the Matrix. And then years later, I'm like, let's watch it for what it is. I'm like, this movie is amazing. So I love that movie a lot. And I know nothing about Watchmen. So I can't believe we're already at 2 hours, which is kind of the time a lot. But I'm happy to keep going if you want to.
Yeah, I'm done because I didn't get to that original topic.
Oh, what was that other topic?
I don't even remember.
You should have written it down.
I don't remember what that topic was. I do have was it that? I think it was that, which kind of ties into what I was about to talk about. Which I guess was the topic. Never mind. I guess it was the topic.
We talked about the whole digital versus physical thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's the other topic.
We'll
get into that one first, then we'll get to the other one.
I guess my
covering the other one anyways.
No. The other one is it was going to be an argument versus like modern gaming being better than basically gaming is better than it's ever been before, and yeah, that's all. I think games are better than they've ever been before. People are always saying that games are dead, all that other stuff, doom and gloom and stuff like that. But I honestly think games are freaking doing great. And yeah, look, I think this year we had some great games. Last year was some awesome games, and I guess I was just gonna touch on like what games that came out this year that you played that
I
you
don't know that
loved.
I've played any games that have released this year. Let me see.
You've played nothing that released this year.
Um,
How dare you?
let's see here. Let me look at, because I keep a list on GameShelf of all the games I've played, at least all the ones that I've beaten, so I can look back at the end of the year. And because what I like to do is a solo open mic at the beginning of the year, going over all the games I beat the previous year. So I did that at the beginning of this year. I'm going to keep that as kind of a regular thing going forward. So let's see here. Anything released this year? I did play Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I was not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
It was not what I was expecting. I did just last week or the week before, I picked up Shinobi Art of Vengeance, and I've only played like 20, 30 minutes of it, but so far it's everything that I was hoping Ragebound would be and wasn't. So I'm loving
I
Art
heard
of Vengeance way more than Ragebound.
Yeah, I heard Shinobi was good. Did that come out this year? I thought
That's
last
a good
year.
question. I think it came out last year.
Yeah, I think that came out last year. But still, that still ties in with, I think
Come on.
I think
Narrow it down.
2026, 2025,
It came out
2026.
August of last year, so it came out a year ago, 2 days from now. So Ragebound.
Nice.
Wait, did Ragebound come out? No, Ragebound came out this year, didn't it?
Ragebound, I think,
Or did it
did
come out last year? No, it came
early
out
this
July
year?
of last year.
Oh,
It
shit,
just
it did.
passed its 1 year, so never mind. Ragebound does not count. I thought it came
I mean,
out this year.
I'm counting last year games as well, but
I did play all of the Subnautica 2 early access. I know it's
that's
not
right.
fully
That's right.
released, but Campaign Evolved. I think that's the only game that released this year that I played.
Campaign Evolved.
Oh,
dang
nope,
it.
that's not true. I just beat yesterday or the day before. I did do mixtape as well. I got all the achievements in that one.
Oh
That's
my
only like
goodness.
a 5-hour game. So, and it was
just easy to get achievements in.
It is. You do have to make sure if you just go through the story, you only get like one achievement. It's not difficult, but you do have to make sure you know what all the achievements are. Otherwise, you'll probably miss all of them.
Okay,
but if you know where the achievements are, they're very easy to get.
Gotcha.
Most of them are like you have to do this certain mini game in under 15 seconds or something. Or when doing this sequence, you have to hit 4 or 5 of these items. And if you know it, it's easy to get them. But if you don't know there's an achievement for it, you probably wouldn't do it. But it got a lot of hate. I don't think it was this 10 out of 10 game that all the games industry said it was. I also don't think it was this piece of trash that all the haters said it was. It was kind of right. It was right in the middle.
It just was. It was barely, because it wasn't really a game. It was more like just an interactive movie.
It was very similar to like the Telltale games, the Walking Dead and Guardians
minus
of the Galaxy
decision making.
Minus the decision making, but it was very similar to that, or like the Don't Nod games like Life is Strange, which I enjoy those games. So I didn't mind it. It was short, so it didn't take very long. But so those are the 2 games that released this year that I played: Campaign Evolved and Mixtape. Oh, and it released today, and I've beaten the first 3 chapters of it. I started Plague Tale: Legacy Resonance, and I'm really liking that. So
right on.
I'm not gonna like race through it, but I'm hoping to be one of the first few people to complete it. But I did start that because it just released today, and I'm enjoying that game. So.
I'm assuming you're just not playing because you're just catching up on things.
Yeah, so Mixtape is the 73rd game I've beaten this year.
Okay.
It's just I don't play a lot of new stuff. Although last year I did play a lot. For me, anyways, I did actually play a lot of games that released last year on the year they released. It's just
2025?
2025, yeah.
What'd you play 2025 that released 2025? Ninja Gaiden 4.
Ninja Gaiden 4.
Ragebound.
which I was not a big fan of. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which I was a big fan of. Split Fiction, which was excellent.
Yes, I agree. Split Fiction was really good.
Let's see here. What else is something?
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4.
3 and 4. I'm still playing that regularly. I haven't been playing it quite as much lately, but I still have it always in my quick resume because I'm still working my way through completing every level with every skater. And it's like I have a spreadsheet for tracking my progress. You don't really need it. I just like making spreadsheets for things that make a lot of sense for making spreadsheets. And there are, what is it? Where is there are 300 levels essentially because there's
Cheese, Louise, Papa Cheese.
Let's see here. There are 30 skaters, and there is what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think I miscounted that, but there are there's 30 skaters, and that would mean there has to be. No, wait, that can't be right. Oh, 300. Okay, there's 600 levels because there's 300 essentially for Tony Hawk 3 and 300 for Tony Hawk 4, and because you have to beat all levels with all 30 skaters. So I play it for a few minutes here and there, beat one level at a time. So I play it more or less a few minutes a day, and I've been playing it I did start it the day it launched last June. So
wow,
I am very much piecemealing it, but I am currently at 50%. I've completed 50% of it so far. So wow. That is definitely the game that I have the most hours in since last year. That or Satisfactory.
Jeez, Louise.
Let's see here. Hurdling was another little game that came out last year that I played. Did Cocoon come out last year? I don't think so, but that was a great game.
Did you play Doom?
I've still not played Dark Ages yet, but I really, really want to. The reason why I haven't played it yet is because the challenge that we were doing last year with Carl Canadian and I, you get bonus points for playing through the entire series, from the beginning to the end. You can play them in any order, but if you play them in the release order, you'll get extra bonus points.
So gotcha.
I was going to start with Doom 1 and then do Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom 64, Doom 2016, also Doom 64, forgot about that one. And then 2016, Eternal, and Dark Ages. So I was going to do the whole franchise, and I didn't get past Doom 1 because the version of Doom 1 I decided to play was the Game Boy Advance version for retro achievements because the original PC version doesn't have any form of achievements. And basically all of the Steam and Xbox versions I had already done. So I was like, let me do the Game Boy Advance version. And the Act 4 of that game is, even on normal difficulty, is insanely hard, and I couldn't beat it. But it's because the original version released on Game Boy Advance only had the first 3 acts, and I've since understood why. I actually am playing a ROM hack of it that adds that 4th chapter back in, so it's basically the exact same as the original PC release. But the reason why they cut that 4th act out on Game Boy Advance is because there's so many freaking enemies on screen and so much stuff going on. The game chugs to a crawl, and it's like playing on slow motion, but you can't see a lot of stuff because the game can't render it all. So I haven't been able to beat it, and it kind of took all the wind out of my sails. So I still haven't beaten Doom 1 because it's so difficult because it can't really handle it. So I probably should just go back and play the original version that's not the ROM hack. But I just decided a few weeks ago, because especially with the new DLC that came out for Dark Ages last month, and I've heard it's excellent. I was like, I'm just going to skip all the old stuff and just start from 2016 and play through 2016 again, then Eternal again, and then Dark Ages. So I'm hoping to do that before the end of the year.
Nice.
Another one I played that released last year and I absolutely loved was Revenge of the Savage Planet. I had been looking forward to that for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Journey to the Savage Planet, I love that game. That's in my... I'm not sure if it still is in my top 5 Metroidvanias, but It was, and I was very excited for Revenge of the Savage Plan. I played through that on stream for Metroidvania Monday, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I played quite a bit of it. I don't think we got too far into it, but I did quite enjoy that one. You didn't play Bolt Gun, right?
I did play Bolt Gun. Did that come out last year?
It did, May 2025.
Oh, I also played Keeper.
Oh no, wait, that's Word of Vengeance. Never mind, that's the Word version. That's the type.
I don't have Bolt Gun in my 2025 game, so I don't think it came out in 2025.
It did not. No, it 2023.
Okay, I probably played it in 2024.
Nice.
And Metroid Prime 4. That's the first time I bought a game like on release in a very long time.
Right on.
But that was disappointing. So I actually played a decent number of games that came out last year. But I know we've talked about that before. I was not a fan of Bolt Gun. I did not enjoy it that much.
Oh really? Oh, it's Bolt
I know
Gun,
you love it, but I was not a big fan of it.
the part 2, the release date just got announced, I think, during the GamesCon thing that just was going on right now. October 13th, 17th, somewhere, some mid-October. That is my most anticipated game of this year. What
Okay.
any do you have a
That's
what
a
was
great
your
question.
yeah, what's your anticipated game?
Let me
Either
go over here to my wish
it,
list here on
it's a
GameShelf.
two-part question, because
So
it
one
could
of my
be
most anticipated games was Plague Tale Resonance, which came out
already
today, and I
came out.
started playing
Okay.
it. My next most anticipated is Control Resonant. I cannot wait for that one.
That's like in a week or two, right?
Let's see here. That one comes out on September 24th, so it says 26 days.
Right on.
I
Nice.
think this got delayed, but another game that I was supposed to come out and it just got delayed is Screenbound. Do you know about Screenbound?
No.
This game looks crazy trippy because it's like a puzzle platformer. They call it the first 5D puzzle platformer because you're playing in first person and you're playing in 3 dimensions, but your character is holding like a Game Boy, and on the Game Boy, there's a character on the Game Boy who's also doing all the same moves you are, but it's in 2 dimension, and you have to use that to solve puzzles while you're moving in two dimensions and 3 dimensions at the same time. It's like, oh my god, that looks like the greatest mind F ever. I can't wait to play this game.
I do remember seeing this. Yes. Nice. Yeah, the demo's out. Nice.
So, and another shout out to was that last week's? I think it was last week's open mic. Let me double check my schedule here. It was last week's open mic guest, Eric from Matt Black Games. Matt Black Studio, one of those two. I think it's Matt Black Studio. I played his demo and we had a great chat. And that is Lucid. Still doesn't have an official release date, but he says it's very soon. And I'm very excited for Lucid because it is a very excellent platforming Metroidvania. And I loved the demo. So I'm very excited for playing the full game.
Sweet.
Let's see here. I don't know that I'll be playing it this year, but I am excited for Castlevania Belmont's Curse. That looks excellent. I don't know if it has a release date yet, but the Ocarina of Time remake, inject it straight into my veins.
Do you have a Switch too?
I don't, but this might be the catalyst I need in order to get a Switch 2, because I've been saying that if they release a special edition Switch 2 for this game, I very well may figure out a way to get the bundle, maybe not necessarily a bundle. Hopefully it has a bundle, but that if I can make it work financially, which at this point in time I cannot do, but if I can figure something out, I want to get a Zelda Switch 2 and Ocarina of Time remake.
Nice. Yeah. Hex yeah.
I one that got announced at Gamescom, and I don't know if it's coming out this year or not, but I was looking into it today to see what I need to do to be able to use my existing instruments with it, and that is Stage Tour.
Yeah.
Bring back the music rhythm games, baby. Let's go.
I'm so happy for that. Yeah, we finally got a music game back.
It's been too long. So
I
I was doing
wonder
some deep diving in what it's going to take to get old instruments to work with new hardware, and whether the new instruments are going to work with old hardware, and I've got it all figured out.
what I want to know is how multiplayer is gonna work. Can I hook
Has
up?
crossplay and online play. I learned that today.
We gotta get everybody together in a Discord call and just jam out.
Yes,
Let's
absolutely.
do it.
They're trying to make the barrier as for entry as low as possible. They're like, almost all the instruments will work. It's just if you have some of the older instruments, you may need to. I was looking into this today. You may need certain adapters, and
I'm
that's
looking
the
to buy
main.
I'm looking to buy a new instrument. I mean, I'm not gonna buy a drum set because I have a full-on drum set in my basement, which I'm pretty sure if I hook
Is
up,
it a MIDI drum set?
yeah, it could be
It
a
should
MIDI.
work then.
It should work, yeah. So I'm just looking to get a new guitar because I think I have one, but it's so old and
I
like
have
buttons are sticky.
I have 3 guitars. I have the original Explorer from Guitar Hero 2, and that's the way when I do play, that's the main one I use because I also have the Guitar Hero 3 guitar, but it doesn't work anymore because of the stupid detachable neck and the prongs don't make contact anymore unless I hold the neck down. But if I hold the neck down, I can't push the button, so I can't
Yeah.
use that controller anymore. I still have my Rock Band 2 guitar, but I hate the mushy strum. Whereas the Guitar Hero strum bars are clicky.
You hear clicky.
I don't like the mushy
Rock Band just
Rock Band
mushies,
one.
yeah. I hope this
It
is a
still
clicky
works, but I
instrument.
don't like it. The new guitars. All 3 of my guitars are also no, sorry. My Rock Band 2 and my Rock Band my Rock Band guitar and my Guitar Hero 2 guitar are wired. My Guitar Hero 3 guitar is wireless. And so the new guitars are all wireless, which I was hoping there'd be a wired option, but that's not that big of a deal. The thing is, they're releasing 4 separate guitars because I do want to get a new guitar. They are backwards compatible, so you can use them on old hardware to play your old Guitar Hero and Rock Band games, which I am very excited for. But because all of if you wanted to get a new quote unquote guitar for some of the old ones, the old Guitar Hero and Rock Band guitars, they are very expensive. They're obviously going to be used, so it's very nice that we're finally getting some new hardware. So I do want to get a new guitar. It is wireless, but I believe they have the clicky strum bars. I'm almost positive that they're clicky from what I heard. They are also Hall effect strum bars. So
No breakage.
pretty much. The other thing
Yeah.
is that I want to point out is when I was researching the guitars today is 3 of the guitars, the standard one that you see most of the promotional materials, which is the white and black one, the red one and the blue one all have detachable necks. The only one that does not have a detachable neck that has the fixed neck is the Explorer, and that's the one I'm going to get because I don't want the detachable neck because I don't want what happened with my Guitar Hero 3 guitar where the contact points don't make contact anymore. So if you want a fixed neck, you got to get the Explorer and not the other 3. Those ones all have detachable necks. So I also found out that the game itself is only going to be $40. So I may buy that on release day. And then I do want to get the Explorer guitar so I have a new guitar and then I can use that on older ones, older games. But I may buy that guitar a little bit farther down the line. My drums, though, I have the Ion drum rocker. And so I don't want the new drums because I already have the full setup and it's better than the one that they have. The only thing is that because it was made for 360, I do have to get the little adapter in order for it to work. So the adapter, that's the main reason why I never got Rock Band 4 is because this adapter was they barely produced any of them and only for a very short period of time. So if you go online and try to find the first party adapters nowadays, they're like $500-$600. I went online today to see the only one I found was $600. However, there has been a lot of work in this regard by the community, and the community has made their own. So there's I could put the link in the stream description afterwards, but it's called the Roll something. Let's see here. I bookmarked it. Let me pull it up here. The Roll Limitless. I'll put the link in after the fact. But you can get these adapters for like $50. And so I'm going to get one of those so I can use my Ion drum rocker with Stage Tour. And then I will probably also finally get Rock Band 4 and play through that at some point now that I will finally be able to have the instruments to be able to play it, because Rock Bands 1, 2, and 3 were all 360 games, with Rock Band 4 is an Xbox One, but I never had the ability, even though they're USB and you could plug them into USB ports, it won't register them. So I'll probably pick up Rock Band 4 finally and play that after all these years. Even though, unfortunately, the DLC for that game has been delisted, which I found out today. But it's like, I'll go ahead and play it anyways because I love these games.
Nice. I was gonna make a joke and be like, "Chat, don't worry, you did not accidentally put your video into 2.5 speed." I'm like, am I watching this? I swear. Listen, never mind. I was like, did I put this video in 2.5 speed? I'm like,
wait, we're live.
Wait, no, we're live.
It's funny because last month I was driving in my car and I listened to a lot of YouTube and I do it almost all exclusively at 2 times speed so I can get through a lot more of it faster because otherwise I'd never be able to keep up with all the things I want to keep up with. So I was in my car.
Now you talk that fast.
Well, when you get me on a roll on something, I'll probably talk fast about it. But I was in my car and I had my windows down and I had the volume up pretty loud so I could hear it over the sound of the road. And I was at a stoplight and someone pulled up next to me and they heard it like, is that sped up? I'm like, yeah, I'm listening to it at 2 times speed. They're like, okay. Because I was like, who talks that fast?
Ben Shapiro. No.
I've had people when I used to work at my office. I just had videos on, I'd have stuff on my iPad. That was one of the things I was going to say earlier when we were talking about secondhand viewing, how you like watch Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I don't watch like TV shows or movies or anything while I'm gaming, but I will almost always have something on my iPad going. So I'm listening to it while I'm playing, unless the game is like really heavy story oriented.
Yeah.
So like while I was playing Plague Tale today, I did not have anything second screen going on. But if I'm playing something like, what was I just, Terminator Resistance. I was, a lot of the game is very quiet. So I had something, I was listening to something almost the entire time I was playing that game.
Nice.
But when I used to work at my office, I'd be listening to stuff at 2 times speed. My office is kind of in the back, but every once in a while, someone would come up to my office. They're like, "Are you listening to Ben Shapiro?" I'm like, "No, it's just sped up so it sounds like it because they're talking so fast."
That's hilarious.
And sometimes the annoying thing though is on because like 99% of my YouTube is on my iPad, which you can only go up to 2 times speed. The rare occasion I am actually watching YouTube at my computer, I have a plug-in so I can speed it up to as fast as I want. So sometimes when people are really slow talkers, I'll put it up to 2.5 or 3.0 because they just talk so slow sometimes.
Yeah, I could only watch my favorite streamer at 1.25 speed. He talks so slow.
1.25 is too slow.
I mean, it is pretty slow. But I'm saying minimum. I need like if I listen at one times, it's like, oh my god, minimum go 1.25. By the way, my favorite streamer is Darkside Phil. Watch him every day.
I've only ever seen like clips of him. I've never actually watched him live, except for I did watch that one time a few years ago when he was on Side Stroller. So that's the only time I watched him live.
You know what? This isn't. I actually would love to sit and watch DSP with you, not because. I mean, all right.
So I can ask you questions and be like, you can explain all the lore to me.
No. Honestly, and this isn't an insult. There's things about you have some of that DSP in you. The raging, there's some similarities when you rage. You get very DSP like, but the difference is he's a piece of shit and he begs and he won't get a job. So there's major differences, but there's like some similarities.
I don't want a job
see
either, but I don't beg.
Yeah, no, exactly. But no, there's some like there's some I don't know, like there's certain similarities like there'll be times where you're like you sometimes take things like literal in a video game where you're like, that wouldn't happen in real life, like like things like that. Like that's a kind of a DSP thing. He would do that as well. So that's why I kind of would love to sit and watch with you, because I have a feeling you'd agree with him like half the time. Anytime he's not being a piece of shit and begging, you probably would be like, oh, he's But like if he would be like, this game, well, like if it's not an excuse, that's the other thing that I hate about him so much is he makes excuses every single time. You sometimes we'll make an excuse, but not every time. When we play Halo, sometimes it's like, I didn't do that. I'm like, well, clearly you did. Otherwise, you wouldn't have fallen, or you would have, So there's some similarities, some similarities there. Nightmare, if you're in the chat, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
He probably does. I know he follows.
So we should all get together. Yes, we should all get to watch the virtual boy stream. That'd be great.
The detractors watch someone who doesn't know anything about DSP watch his stream. So
that actually
watch me watch DSP.
Bro, that actually would be a great video that would probably blow up within the detractors. Nightmare, write it down. We're gonna make our first detractor video, and we're gonna use Neo, who is a total outsider, and actually has some DSP in him. Let's see what he thinks of DSP. We got to do this. This has got to happen. I'm planning this. We're gonna do an afternoon. As a matter of fact, let's end the stream right now, go into the Discord and watch. No, but no, it would be hilarious because is there any lol cows that you laugh at all, or you have a very not hyper focused. That sounds like you're autistic. You have a very autistic. You have a very autistic way of watching things.
Yeah, like Eamon's always like, "Hey, do you know this YouTuber? You know this YouTuber?" I'm like, "Nope, never heard of him." So I've been saying, except for like the people who I'm like friends with on YouTube, there's very few YouTubers that I actually watch. So I
was gonna say that's another thing that you do that DSP does. If you don't know anything about it, but the way he says it is you go, "Oh, I don't know anything about it." You're like, "Oh, you'll just say it. You just say it as a statement." The way DSP does it is like he makes you feel like a piece of crap when you say it. You're like, "Oh, I don't know anything about that," like. So
it's just like I'm not gonna comment on something that I don't have like experience
right.
with. So someone's like,
you simply are just stating.
Like, hey, did you play this game? And I'm gonna be like,
no,
I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I love that game, even though I have no idea and just BS it. I'm gonna be like, nah, I don't know anything about that, or I've never watched this TV show or this movie, or I know everyone's played this game and loves it, but I haven't played it. Like I have some hot takes. Like I have zero interest in GTA, so I'm not excited for it at all. So I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I don't say things that are popular just to fit in. It's like I'm very honest, and
yeah. For sure. No, yeah. It's funny. I just read Nightmare. Nightmare's like, don't feel bad. I have a lot in common with Chris Chan. Jesus.
So, because we did talk about that briefly on Satisfactory. We were talking about lolcows because Lois follows some of them as well, and I was like, I used to watch the Quartering before he went off the deep end a few months ago. I don't really watch, although I did watch one of his videos today for the first time in months, and it had to do with something, and it was like, wait, this can't be real. And something about like limiting people's accounts to only like an hour of YouTube a day. And I was like, there's no way this can be real. So I did watch that one, but I haven't watched Quartering in months. The other closest one that has become more of a lolcow recently, because he's gone off the deep end, is I do still watch a decent amount of Angry Joe.
Oh yeah, Angry Joe. He went off the deep end.
I'll still watch his game reviews because he's usually pretty good about his game reviews. It's just I wish he would stick to that, because I don't follow him like on Twitter, but I hear about him, crashing out on Twitter like all the time. It's like, dude, shut the hell up about politics and just talk about video games. But he can't keep his freaking mouth shut about stuff he has no idea what he's talking about. And then I'll usually watch his weekly news videos. But I used to watch like everything that he put out. Now I only watch. That's basically the only thing I still watch from him. But some of the bigger streamers, I do watch almost everything that GameRanks puts out. And Jake Baldino, I like them.
They do a great job just sticking to the games. Like, I praise GameRanks because when whatchamacallit,
and Skill Up, I also watch him too because of GameRanks.
Right on. I don't know who Skill Up is.
He's the Australian guy from GameRanks.
Oh, okay, cool. No, but yeah, no, I praise GameRanks for just sticking to the games, because I remember when the big controversy with Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, you can't play Hogwarts Legacy because of racism, not racism, whatever what the hell,
Transphobia, I think it was.
trans racism. You can't play because of transism. You can't play Hogwarts Legacy. And then you know what Game Ranks did? They put up a video saying, "Hey, here's the game." Like they do with every other game. They did not include it because of the drama. They didn't even talk about it. They did not mention the drama in the before you buy video at all. And when I saw that, I just stood up and I took my pants off and I applauded.
What was the point of the pants off part?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers
Okay,
to.
okay, forget I asked that.
Yes.
Yeah, so
no, that's why they're great. But I never got into Angry Joe. I don't like the angry people. I'm such a chill guy. I don't like
I do love him raging about how terrible Madden is. So he actually put his Madden 27 review out like a week or so ago, and he's actually one of his more positive Madden videos. But I do like seeing. I have no interest in the sports games, but I like seeing him rage about how bad the sports games are and ranting at all the the shills that have the Madden channels that pump hundreds of thousands of dollars into the stupid card packs.
Oh my
and
God.
they're ruining the sports game industry because of that. So that's entertaining to watch him rage about that.
Rage. You know what I've learned as a streamer over the last couple of years is that you can't make it unless you rage. And I'm such a chill stoner guy that I don't rage at anything, and that's it's no good, no bueno. I need to get angry. Nobody wants to come watch Chill Paul. They want Angry Joe.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff in my feed is all from the people I'm friends with on YouTube.
Nice.
Or people that I used to watch, and I just don't really watch them anymore, but I'm still subscribed to them. So, but like the stuff that I actually watch is mostly from the people I follow. That I more or less personally know or have streamed with at some point. But yeah, so let's see here. A little bit on chat here. Oh yeah, Eamon said a little while ago. Yeah, if you hang around for another 2 hours, we'll be able to raid Jay Bongo's Power World stream because I don't know if you know Jay Bongo, but he's become a pretty good friend of mine. And
Nice.
he streams. He's on the East Coast, so he's 3 hours ahead of me, and he gets up and streams for like an hour and a half in the morning at like 5 o'clock his time, which is like 2 o'clock my time. And he's usually at the ends of his whenever he's on a stream, he's like, "Yeah, if you're up early, come join my stream." I'm like, or if you're up late, because I'll often hop into his streams like 2 or 3 in the morning before I go to bed.
Yeah. Nice.
So Eamon says, speaking of games, was it you, Neo, that was talking about Mandragora? I did mention Mandragora the other day. In that it's one of those 2D Souls-like sort of Metroidvanias that I've heard a lot of good things about. So it's currently 50% off at the moment. Let me see, because obviously an Xbox guy. Let me see if that is the case on Xbox or just Steam. Mandragora. How do I spell it? There we go. Is it on sale on Xbox? It is not. It's full price $40, but I'm assuming on Steam it's $20. Take a quick look. Mandragora. Yeah, it is $20 down from $40, but if it is on Xbox, that's where I want to play it for my achievement. I mean, it's got Steam achievements as well, I'm sure, but I've got so much invested in my Xbox that that's where I want to play it, because I am almost at the million. I'm at 977,000, so I'm getting close to a million.
Achievement points?
Gamer score, yep. I have.
Wow.
Well, it says 682 completions, but I think a couple games that I had already completed got a little bit more DLC recently, so I think I'm at 684 completions on Xbox. But I decided within the last couple days that once I hit a million, I'm going to put a little bit more focus on playing some of the longer games. So I'm going to finally get around to playing The Witcher, especially with the new all those updates that we were talking about earlier coming out. I'll finally get around to playing Cyberpunk. I finally get around to playing through the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is going to be the first one because I love Mass Effect. I haven't played through the campaigns in forever, so I'm gonna put a little bit more focus on playing some of the longer games that I've been putting off forever because I want to get through a lot of the quicker games. So, but yeah, I'm not really like racing towards it. If I wanted to, I could probably get to 1 million in the next like day or two if I was to play all the rest of the easy games that I haven't done yet. But I'm not racing towards it.
My gamers score. You know what I'm about to hit? I'm about to hit
50,000.
80,000.
Oh, nice. My buddy Razik is somewhere around there as well.
Nice. 14-year badge. Nice. Only 80,000, and this guy's got 1 million. Get out of here.
Not yet. And I am. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Oh, yep, you're almost at 80,000, and you have 2 completions. Let's see, what are your completions? Tales from the Borderlands and Apex Legends. Very nice.
Wait, those are the only games I've gotten 100% completed? Yep. That's it?
And you have 21.1% completion across out of all the games that you've gotten achievements in.
See, I play the game, and then whatever I get, I get.
So let's see here. On my friends list on True Achievements, I am not even in the top 50.
Wow. Crazy. You achievement people and your achievements. See, I like getting the achievements when it happens, but like I like it like naturally, you know, like I'm not hunting for it. I'm not looking what I need to do. I just be like, oh, I did that. Looky me.
Yeah, I was talking about this pretty recently. It's like it's a rare occasion when I'll go into a game like completely blind where I don't even look at the achievements ahead of time because I want to make sure that like I know if there's, especially if they're missable, I want to know where they are so I make sure I don't miss them so I don't have to go back and get them, like do another playthrough and do it again later. I want to make sure I get it the first time.
That is such a weird way to play games, Neo. I don't understand it. I literally do. Okay, so it must be so weird to you that almost every game that I play, I just turn it on and I just start playing it. No notice, no nothing. I'm like, like this game. Bam, I'm already in after a few menuing sessions. You need hours of preparation before even starting a game.
But I will
at least 25 minutes.
I will go and look through all the achievements first for the most part.
At least 25 minutes.
It doesn't take that long unless it's like Minecraft and it's got 130 it's got like 300 achievements.
No, but you still got to be sitting there and be like, all right, it's at this time that I need to pull out 3 stones. Okay, here we go. You're like, that's not fun for me. That's not fun for me having like a little thing to tell me what to do.
Unless the game just came out and doesn't have like the achievement flags on it yet, I'll probably the first thing I'll do is I'll go to the achievement list and I'll filter by missable achievements and figure out where those are so I have an idea like when I'm getting close to it.
Yeah, Nightmare's got it right. I don't bother with achievements. I just want to have fun. The achievements are just like a fun little extra thing for me. You're a weird gamer, Neo.
I know that.
Stop it.
I'm very aware of that.
Dude. I mean, at least dude probably does the same thing as you.
Oh yeah.
Weirdos. Freaking weirdos. I'm shaming y'all.
Yeah, especially because on retro achievements, like he's got I only have like I have 14 completions on retro achievements, and like 6 of them like don't really count because they're just like little micro hacks, as I call them. They're just like little like 30-minute versions of a game. So I technically only have like 8 real games completed, and he's got like 150. So a lot of those you would have no idea what they were unless you looked at them ahead of time. So he's probably more. He probably is even more so of looking into the achievements before playing it than I am.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll skip this one real quick, so we'll come back to it. But Nightmare said, I didn't like Dark Ages because it dropped the glory kills and added sprinting. Understandable, but I'm still going to play it. I think I'm going to like it, but I don't think it'd be very difficult for it to surpass Doom Eternal for me. Thinking of retro games, spent a lot of time playing the Command & Conquer series. I'm not big on RTSs, but I did play the original Command & Conquer. I beat the GDI campaign, but I don't think I ever beat the Brotherhood of Nod campaign. Red Alert 2 being my favorite. Currently, the entire collection is on Steam for $7. Very nice. Belmont's Curse comes out October 15th. All right. Hey, Electric Porpoise is here. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you.
Big
How's it
ups,
going?
Electric Porpoise.
It's been slow for the past few minutes since I've been here. Oh, well, this was probably like 20 minutes ago, so I'm not sure at what point that was. It's been I got you all set to 4 times speed and it does nothing. Ben Shapiro and Tim Pool. Oh, he's probably, I'm assuming that's Nightmare who he's following, who might be considered lol cows. Usually when I'm gaming, I have SpongeBob on the TV in the background. My tablet can go up to 8 times speed on YouTube. Interesting. You have to tell me how you do that. Because in the YouTube
how do you
app
understand that?
He probably doesn't listen to it at 8 times speed, but he has the option. On the YouTube app on iOS, you can only go up to 2 times. Although if you subscribe to Premium, you can go up to 3, but I refuse to get YouTube money.
I'll give YouTube money for that 3 times speed. Ha!
That's why you're Dark Side Paul.
That's why I'm Dark Side Paul.
What do you think of Fleekazoid? I haven't pulled up. I haven't watched any of it yet. At least I don't think so. Oh wait, no, you sent me a clip. I think I reacted to one of them, or was that a clip that Nightmare showed me? I don't remember. I need to look into more of it. We should all get together and watch the Virtual Virtual Boy stream. No, I did hear about DSP's Virtual Boy stream.
That's funny. Yeah, that's legendary. Yes, it's great.
It makes you feel better, Neo. I have a lot in common with Chris Chan.
Do you know who Chris Chan is?
I know a little bit about Chris Chan. That it makes me very scared for you, Nightmare.
Yeah.
Like the meme of DSP versus Anime Girl playing Tears of the Kingdom puzzle. We should totally do that. I think he's talking about the you guys watch me watch DSP.
Watching DSP is it's gonna be a good. It's gonna be good.
Nightmare's here. No, I never heard of him. Real gamer watches DSP for the first time. Yeah, Neo's too nice to felt lol cows too much. I have no idea what that means, guys. Do you have any idea what he's saying? Anyways, thanks for the $2. Angry Joe only recently entered the Kino rotation. I've never watched Kino other than the clips I've seen, like basically Nightmare pull up. I will watch as much YouTube as I want. No AI or human can make me do otherwise. Exactly. Same. Have it on like constantly, so there's no way that would work for me. Watched every Dare stream this week with his fellow detractors.
Yeah.
Only angry guys I like were John Tron and Scott the Woz. I would recognize John Tron if I saw him. I don't know why he's so popular. I've never actually really seen any of his content. I've heard the name Scott the Woz, but I know absolutely nothing about him. And yeah, every time John Tron comes up, everyone's like, "Oh, I miss John Tron." It's like,
yeah, I wasn't into him.
Why.
Yeah, I learned about him late after, like probably like from like some YouTube documentary video about the Gamer Grumps. And I learned about the Gamer Grumps because Gino loves the Gamer Grumps so much.
Yeah, I was talking about this recently, and someone's like, "Oh, it's from Game Grumps." I'm like, "I've heard of Game Grumps. I have no idea who they are."
Yeah,
but let's see here. Oh, I think Electric Porpoise saying John Tron now has a wife. That's why he doesn't. Oh, and Nightmare says a kid, and that's why he's not on YouTube anymore. And Damon says you might like Zero Punctuation, Paul. It's less angry, more sassy British. I really enjoyed Zero Punctuation. I don't know if he still does anything because that channel like fell apart, and then that whole company got bought up by Second Wind, and then Second Wind kind of went off the deep end. I don't really know the details, but I don't know if Zero Punctuation is still around. But I do remember loving watching Zero Punctuation back in like the early 2010s. And yeah, Nightmares again saying play Final Fantasy 16, Neo. I will eventually. Oh, he's probably saying because I was saying I'm going to get into some of the longer games. Maybe I will. Speaking of achievements, apparently there was a games journal that used the Slayer seal in Mortal Shell 2. Equipping it makes the game insanely easier and complained it disabled achievements. That is freaking stupid. Because that is one thing that I like it when games don't disable achievements for accessibility options, but I totally support when they do that. I've only got 100% probably like 1 or 2 games in my whole entire gaming, says Electric Porpoise. Don't bother with achievements at all.
What? Did Neo freeze? Am I still alive? He is frozen. It's just me. Anyways, what happened? F's in chat. That's right. Sorry, I'm watching back the stream now. It's finally catching up. Hi guys. There he goes. He's gone forever. Gone forever. Is it still me? Did the chat die? It's still there. I'm the captain now. What? Look at me. I can't control I can't control anything though. We'll see how long this goes until the stream dies. Yeah, what am I going to talk about? Game on, guys. Game on. This is. I was gonna tell. Oh, because you know what? I was gonna tell Neo to play this one game because I saw Nightmare saying that he's playing his Arkham games. Y'all need to play Replaced. Oh, it's full screen for me now. I didn't do that. I am the captain now. Let me see. What can I do? Could I do anything? No, I can't do anything. This is my channel now. There's nothing you could do. Nothing you could say. Okay, I'll just not swear. Tell us a joke, Shade. All right, guys. Leg kicks are gay. All right. No, but play the game Replaced. Check out the game Replaced. All right. We've been talking about a lot of games today, and one game that doesn't get mentioned is Replaced. Now you might be saying, what do I mean by that? I mean, there's a game called Replaced, and if you like the Arkham games, you should play Replaced. It's one of my favorite games this year. Yeah. Let me message Neo. Probably shouldn't just take over his show without messaging. You alive? Did the floods take you? Oh man, you guys see that crazy flood thing that happened in, was it Nepal? Holy moly. And all those and all the people that died in the last 3 days. Oh my goodness. Tragedies striking Earth. And now it struck Neo. Neo! We hardly knew ye. Am I still alive? I can't even tell. It is absolutely terrible. I got you, Neo. This is now the Paul Hadouken show. Welcome. Oh yeah, I saw the DSP playing Mario Sunshine. Watch that. Oh man, yeah, that was good. I need to watch him play Metal Gear Solid 4 today. Got a lot to catch up. Gonna probably watch that. What, we almost lost me? No. I'm still here. Start gaming. I can't control anything. Oh, I actually can. I actually can. You guys want to see? Oh, huh. This is what this is what I see. No swearing, because not DJ, because Neo told me not to swear. No swearing. Throw that out the window. Look at that face right there. What's going on? Let's chat. Pull up with DSP. Do some detracting right here on Neo's channel right now. No swearing. Not gonna lie. It's probably the best episode of Neo stream ever. No, I'm joking. Let me see what chat's saying here. But no, after this, let's meet me in the Discord and we'll watch some DSP. I'll be up for a while still. Jesus Christ. Humongous piece of broken tooth just came out. Alright, well, I hope you're alright, Electric Porpoise. Funniest open mic in a while. It is open mic. Time to do some stand-up. With Shane Gillis. I'm gonna give Neo a little bit more time, but there's a leave button on here that might end the stream, and I might do him a favor and end the stream, or I'll leave and I'll click the button, and the stream will just keep going. I have no authority over here. So we're gonna see if Neo's internet comes back, and if he could come back to this, we might not be able to join this call since it's live. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, if you put me on 4 times speed, I'll sound like Neo. So if I leave, it'll just end. All right, cool. Well, I'll give Neo some time to see if he could come back. Otherwise, we'll just end it there. Cause I don't know what to talk about by myself. I'm gonna talk about weird stuff that's supposed to be for my channel, and that's my channel. What other gaming stuff? Bolt Gun 2. Ooh, the whole Gamescom thing just happened. What else did they announce? I saw they announced, yeah, Bolt Gun 2 date released. I'm excited for that. What else did they show off? I feel like they showed some stuff off. I can't even tether my phone because my reception's so bad. Oh no. Alright, we might be wrapping it up here. Let's wrap it up with everybody's most anticipated game or favorite game from this year. Here, I'm going to list off my favorite games from this year. Okay? Let's go. I'm going to look at my list here. And by list, I mean my Steam library. Star Rupture, which I mean, I guess it's still in early access. Leaving early access 2027, but currently awesome. What else came out? Neo 3. Hey, we're on the Neo channel. Neo 3 was like the first game to come out this year. That was awesome. Heck yeah. And then Resident Evil 9 came out like the next month after. So right off the gate, 2026, awesome year. Then Crimson Desert came out in March. What the heck? Amazing. Um, Replaced is another game. I don't what year did that or not what year. What month did that come out in? I forget. That came out in April. Hades 2 came out for the Hades lovers. Oh wait. Oh yeah, it was early access last year, right? Then I guess 1.0 release finally. Mixtape came out this year. Oh, how could you forget about Mixtape? What other games? Do. Shift at Midnight released. Oh, Shift at Midnight's a lot of fun. Hello, kitties. Oh yeah, I gotta play the 007 game. I hear is good for Slight. Pragmata. What other games came out this year? Oh man, they shadow dropped Lord of the Rings: War in the North. That's a great one. It's been off Steam stores for years. Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 just released. I hear good things about that. A lot of good games this year. Pal World 1.0 finally released. Hells yeah. Mixtape is probably the winner. It's going to be the best. Comcast the worst or no. Does my internet does lot appear to be so it's appearing a lot to be coming back. All right, cool. Since Nerdy Neo is a grammar Nazi, he would never misspell a word. So I'm taking his chat very literal. So his internet does lot to appear. So it's working a lot. So he's coming back any second, guys. Fuck Comcast. Oh wait, I shouldn't. Oh, it does not appear. Well, he is the grammar Nazi, and he would never make a mistake. So that's got to be a typo down there. What he just said right now. That can't be right. Neo makes no mistakes. Nightmare. I think my favorite game this year is Ninja Gaiden 4. That was last year, you dingus. Ninja Gaiden 4 came out last year. So what's this year? You dingus. Crimson Desert may be my it is so good. It is just so massive and like I compare the first thing I said when I played Crimson Desert is like, yo, this is Red Dead Redemption 2 meets Breath of the Wild. Like this is amazing. This is huge. And yeah, it and they just kept making that game better and better. So I see Crimson Desert winning a lot of awards. It honestly should win more awards than GTA 6 because basically they gave you fantasy. If Rockstar Studios gave you a fantasy game, that's what Crimson Desert feels like. It feels like if Rockstar Studios came out and here's a fantasy game for y'all. That's what it feels like. So good, so good. Oh yeah, Mouse PI for Hire came out as well this year. Windrose, I like Windrose. Windrose is a lot of fun. Slay the Spire 2. Yeah. What else? Rogue Point. I had a lot of fun with Rogue Point. Not a grammar when I'm. Oh yeah, his grammar is bad when he's furious. Terrible. He's not coming back. We didn't get enough support, guys. So he's removing Paul from the rotation. All right, guys. Unless we get some support right now, which I'll have no way of seeing, we're ending the stream. Oh, maybe I played Ninja Gaiden 4 this year. Maybe I think that it may be. You haven't played anything came out 20. I just named a whole bunch of stuff. Go play games, guys. All right, go play games. A lot of games came out this year and still coming out. What else is coming out this year? I feel like something else big, other than the obvious. Bolt Gun 2. Yeah. Is there another Warhammer game? I don't think so. Anyways, don't be like Neo and play video games in a weird way. Just play video games, all right? Don't hunt achievements. It's a bad addiction. This is honestly right here. This right here is intervention for Neo. Neo, we know you're watching. You need to cut it with the achievements, man. It's sickening. It's disgusting. You don't put on a game and just have fun and play it without needing to research every achievement. Disgusting. Tuh. Anyways, I'm getting hungry again. I had chicken nuggies. How many hours ago was that? 3 hours ago. 3 hour stream, boys. And Neo's not coming back. So, the only thing to do is to say thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to Neo's channel if you haven't. Of course you have. You're watching. Of course you have. Like this video. Like everything Neo does. He's a very strange gamer. Not a person, just a game. The gaming's. Anyways, big ups. Yeah, quick. Nerdy Neo's OnlyFans. Quick. Yeah. Big ups. I feel like I was gonna say something else. I'm gonna go make a sandwich and smoke some herb and watch some DSP. If you want to join me in the Discord, in my Discord, let me know. Nightmare, I'll see you in Discord in a second. We'll watch some DSP. Right meow. Oh wait, Neo. Go ahead, call it. I have to follow up, finish our conversation at our. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's that. I see what he's doing. He's trying to get out of eating that pickle. Nope, not getting away with it. We staying here all night till his internet comes back and he eats that pickle. Later, Paul. Sorry, it didn't work out. Yeah. Yeah, no, it did work out. It's gonna work. He's trying to get out of eating this pickle. No. Next time, all right? Next time, he gonna eat that pickle. He's been found out. Cut the cord. Play a song about pickles. There you go. All right. I'm going to leave and hope that his stream ends. If not, Godspeed. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Check y'all later. Bye-bye.